that? What's going on? Scared me. You're doing your part. Aw, Sloppy. You don't have to do that, but I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for that resub. I hope that you enjoyed the alien baby. Sorry, I was just posting on. I finally got all my posts done before the start of stream today. Feeling very pro. Hey Piper, welcome in. It's good to see you. Welcome to a very early celebration of a Tapir Day, World Tapir Day. It's actually going to be on the 27th, but I'm not going to be streaming art on the 27th. Ironically, I will be streaming on the 27th, but we'll be doing an art game stream. We'll be finishing up Dordogne on Sunday. So if you'd like to get notifications about that, there is a little event in the Discord you can click interested in if you'd like to, and get a little ping when I'm live. But yeah, I'm on it today. Man, I'm so on it. What can I say? Not really. I'm feeling very tired. I had another kind of rough sleep night, so we'll see if I can manage to get some good studies done today. But I really want to focus on shape today a lot with these guys. These animals are so interesting, and they're so uniquely put together. Yeah, tapirs are great, right, Dali? And I put together a little Pinterest board this morning. If anyone wants to get some tapir references, you can click that link at the top of chat. There's all kinds of them in there. Yeah, they're kind of like, I don't know, they're so prehistoric looking. I think that's what interests me about them the most. And they're just the shapes that you see are very, very atypical for most animals these days. So I really like them. Oh my gosh, I may stop. But anyway, welcome in everybody, and welcome in Silvolp. I think I mostly said hi to everyone. Welcome Amaze, of course. Thanks for being here, and thanks for pinning that to the top of chat. And let's see. I think that's everybody. I think we got some welcome to the lurkers. And I'm just gonna jump right in. I'm just gonna jump right in today because I have an appointment at like noon, and so I really can't dally today. We're gonna have to make sure that I'm done in about 2 hours so that I can get ready for that. But I will be back on this afternoon at 4 p.m. Mountain Time, so if anybody wants to come back, I'll probably be working more on that that fiery dinosaur picture thing that I've been working on. Let me see if I can show you guys a picture of it. You've probably seen it. Here's like the old whip of it, but I'll be working on this probably this afternoon. So if you want to come back and watch me paint, that's what I'll be doing later. But for now, we're gonna do some studies. Do some shapy studies. I did pull up a tapir skeleton just because I want to familiarize myself with these guys. They're delightful, strange little critters, and I'm happy that they exist, and I'm excited to learn about them. Look up quick vids on how they move their noses. Yes. Oh my gosh, I know. Tapirs, they have prehensile noses, basically. Well, they're like independently movable. I'm not sure if does prehensile mean they can grab things with it? I guess it is prehensile because they do grab like food and stuff, I suppose. But anyway, it's like a little mini trunk. And the funny thing about it is we think a lot of prehistoric animals actually had these. So it's kind of fun to study, especially if you're going to get into like drawing some kind of paleo art, like drawing extinct critters. Tapirs are actually a really good one to study because we don't have very many animals that kind of have these prehistoric holdovers in the modern era. So yeah, their noses are crazy. What is going on with this skeleton? I just noticed there's like an extra leg here. What is that? I wonder if it's like a photograph and there's like another animal's leg behind it or something. I don't know what that is. It's kind of weirding me out. Okay, well, it's a toe. Well, I mean, these are the feet right here and right here, but I don't know what that is. Anyway. Yeah, draw a tapir if you want. Draw a tapir. I think it must be like maybe this photograph was taken and there were other skeletons behind it and somebody just forgot to crop that out. That's gonna be my guess. Yeah, that's what I'm guessing. Otherwise, it's got like a chest burster coming out of its sternum. I don't think that's anatomically accurate. So we're just gonna ignore that part of the skeleton. But yeah, I hope everyone's doing well today. Doing finances off. Good luck, Dally. Finances are super fun. Very prehistoric planet, yes. Oh, nice job, Seribot. Nice job. Let's see. Need a skeleton from another angle to see if well, it's not going to show up again because we can see right here that there is no third limb coming out of the chest. But yes, feel free to find a different skeleton. I'm just going to ignore that. My presumption is that there's another skeleton behind the one that this one was photographed by. And I'm just going to ignore it, so. Okay, well I'm going to start with a skeletal study. And yeah, we'll just kind of see what happens. They do kind of look built wrong. It kind of looks like a pig rhino. Like, those are my immediate thoughts when I see the skeleton of a tapir. It's those little toes. Like, the limbs are very rhino-ish. But like the body proportions feel very swine. I don't know. They're interesting creatures. So without further ado, I'm just gonna start drawing them. Cute dog, yeah, I know, right? Super. You want to pet that dog for sure. I want to pet that dog. Oh my gosh, that little girl has the best accent. But I hope everyone's having a really good start to your Wednesday. Also, hi Rue. I don't know if I said hi. And welcome back in, Visionary. It's good to see you back. You can yell pet that dog at each other all day. I mean, it's really funny. I really like that video. I think I came late to that video. I only saw it a few months ago. It's if anyone hasn't seen it, just look up can I pet that dog, and you'll find what we're talking about. Alright, you got these tall neural spines. I'm gonna try and pay attention closely to the structure here. The Photoshop thing? What Photoshop thing? Are you reconsidering Photoshop? What? That doesn't sound right. That doesn't sound like you. What a strange skull shape also. So like this little bit on top I feel like that's one of those things that's I think in a lot of skeletons is like an indicator of like a nose attachment. I found other skeletons on black backgrounds on Pinterest, and some of them have these odd straight lines spaces going through them. Odd straight line spaces. I don't know what that means either, but yeah, I'm just assuming it's a photo editing error. Hey Rior, how are you? Also, congratulations on clicking the first button. Rior has claimed first. Well done, Rior. And also, thanks to those who have dropped some bits into the some bits of cheese, I should say, into the what am I trying to say? Oh my gosh, I'm so tired. The Plein Air Fund. If anyone wants to see another Plein Air stream, you can let me know with some bits of cheese. If that makes its goal by the end of the 28 days or whatever's left, we will schedule another one. Thankfully, we're entering warm weather season, so I was a little more nervous about it before. We had to kind of wait a while, even though you guys earned it a while ago. It was just because it was so snowy and cold outside. You think these weren't originally photographed? Yeah. That's kind of my assumption too. Yeah, I think somebody just quickly edited and missed it. Wasn't paying attention, so I'm just ignoring, you know, whatever this is. Here, we'll just color it out. See, that's all they had to do, and they just didn't. So, hey, Spicy Jaw, welcome in. Thank you for the lurk. Yeah, look at these like funny proportions here. And again, the reason I study the skeleton first before jumping into a reference, and I'm just doing like a quick shape study, I'm not like for proportion checks and stuff, I'm not really trying to like perfectly copy this. It's more about understanding how the bones are put together so that when I do look at a reference image, like I can kind of figure out what's going on. Like I can say, oh, this is the knee right here, you know, and like here's the there's where the heel is, and there's the foot, and that means that the haunches are in the hip or back here, and it just kind of helps you figure out what you're looking at, and helps you remember to, yeah, think of the reference image as a three-dimensional object, not a flat image that you're copying, because copying tends to be ultimately what's going to help you develop, or force you to develop, some bad habits, and kind of make it a little harder to break out of your schematic approach. Remember, the whole point, at least for me, I don't know about you guys, but the whole point for me with doing studies is I want to get better at drawing from imagination. I want to get better at doing illustration. And the only way to do that is to practice the fundamentals, to do observational drawing, and to kind of start filing things away into your visual library. And if all you ever do is copy something, you're not really going to be able to file things away. You're just going to be kind of developing a copy skill, which is a skill, but it's not one that's going to help you draw from imagination. I love their little toes. They have such fun toes. Alright, there we go. There's my little skeletal study of a tapir. We're gonna move him over, and I'm gonna move on to an actual reference. Oops. Of a real one with skin and everything. The path you're choosing. I'm gonna move this just because it's kind of in the way. Just put you over there. I want to draw this guy, and I want to use like a thick painty brush, I think. I've been doing a lot of line drawings lately. Kind of occurred to me yesterday. I haven't really done like a brushy shape study in a while, and I feel like what better shape than a tapir shape to do a brushy shape study. And then ideally, after doing the study, draw from imagination. Exactly, yep. Practice, yeah, you want to see where the gaps in your knowledge are. So after drawing a few tapirs, yep, that's something I need to be sure I say more often. Thank you for the reminder, Moose. But yes, make sure that you draw after you do the studies. So don't just do studies and stop. Do some studies, and then after you've done some studies, go try to draw that thing from imagination. And this is going to show you the gaps in your knowledge. It's going to show you where you're struggling, where you haven't really taken in the anatomy, or you haven't really taken in the structure of the object. And then you can go back and revisit. Give us that schnoz. They are really good. They are really good schnozzes. Gotta do my homework. Oh my gosh, once a teacher, always a teacher, right? I can't escape it. I can't escape it. Time to let go. But yeah, I'm trying to think about it as a skull shape, like as a round object, right? I'm not worried about drawing this line, then drawing that line, then going out. If you're just outlining like that, you're kind of utilizing your copy skills. You're not really using your observational skill. Remember, the whole purpose of this is to train your observation eye, right? So that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to closely observe and take in information in a way that helps us to remember how to draw it later. It's not about copying the exact angle. It's about learning as though you're sculpting with your mind, right? I'm sculpting this tapir. I'm trying to think about, okay, the cheek is round because of those giant cheekbones, those mandibles, and then I was looking at the skull, so I know that there's like this hard knot right here is kind of that bone where the muscle attaches to for the nose, and so it kind of goes down from there, and just keeping all that stuff in mind is going to be helpful. So just try as hard as you can to remember those things and not get caught up in copying exactly. Copying exactly is just going to lead to frustration down the road. At least if you're trying to do imaginative drawing. Try and take it all in. Oh, I love the eye. It's like so much lower in the face than you would expect. It is a good schnoz though, right? Man, and this is like the most tame version of what a tapir's nose can do. If you guys want to see some crazy tapir noses, go check out the Pinterest. It's at the top of chat if you need it. And try to think about like the shapes you're seeing in the body, right? Like there's this cylinder shape here, there's this like round shape here, and try to piece it together like that. You know, think about the weight. Like you can emphasize things a little bit if you need to help you remember, but that's what's going to make a drawing feel alive. Is not copying the image exactly, but thinking about what it actually is. I wish I could figure out how to apply that to inorganic things too. One of these days, that's one of my long-term goals, is to be able to apply that same logic to non-animals, but I do have a lot of fun applying it to critters. You don't do imaginative drawing that often anymore, really? Literally the only time I draw is the art gym. Well, you know what, Dally? I'm honored that you will draw with us. And you know, we all go through those ruts sometimes. Sometimes you gotta take a break too, come back refreshed. You know, the cool thing about drawing, at least that I've noticed, is even if you're not actively drawing, if you're still closely observing things around you, you're still taking things into your visual library. That's kind of one of the cool things about it. And to me, that just points further in the direction of this is a skill, not a talent, because you can train this skill even when you're not actively drawing, because all it really is practicing observational skills. So, you know, it's okay to take a break from drawing and just focus on the observation part, or just fill your creative bank account with actual life experiences. I mean, you can't create from a void. If you're never changing up what's happening to you on the day-to-day, you're gonna lose inspiration. I suffer from this. If all you do is just sit and draw all day and you're not actually getting out there and seeing a new place or doing something new, you're gonna really struggle to pull from a well that's empty. At least that's what I find to be true for me. Maybe that's not true for everybody. Yeah, don't even get me started on you, Amaze. I've made my feelings very clear about how few breaks you take. I'm watching you. Doing more. Yeah, I remember you saying you were kind of getting out of the drawing side of things. How's that going? I hope you're enjoying it. Yeah, you don't want the drawing skills to decay. And I don't think they will necessarily. I mean, they can get rusty for sure, but I think as long as you're closely observing stuff around you, even if you don't have time to actively draw, I still think it gets developed, you know? It's kind of cool. There have been times when I experienced a level up in like art skill when I hadn't even used that skill in for a long time, and that was just because I was like, oh, I was really carefully noticing lighting in like trees and stuff or whatever, and then when I went to go draw one, I was able to take those observations and actually apply them, even though I hadn't practiced it, and come up with something I really liked. That's why you keep drawing and think about how you could be drawing better. Yeah, I mean, it's important to do that, but what I'm trying to say, and I'm not sure if this is what you're applying to Amaze, but what I'm trying to say is if all you ever do is draw, and all you ever do is sit at home, at your computer, at your sketchbook, and draw, yes, you're going to get better at some things, but if you're not out there in the world actually having experiences, you're going to have less to draw from as far as like imagination and storytelling, and if you're not out there observing like real people interact with each other, if the only exposure you have to the world is your screen or your sketchbook, you're gonna limit yourself, is what I'm trying to say. So like sometimes breaks are important because they actually can become a well of inspiration. It's just finding inspiration in different ways. Oh, I see. Oh, you made a total switch. You made a total switch. I see, I see. Well, I hope that it goes well. I guess I thought you were still in the industry, but just doing more of the art direction side of things. But either way, best of luck with your new endeavors. Yesterday you drew for the first time in a while. That's awesome. You were inspired to overcome the fear of drawing bad. That's amazing, Germs. Yes, that's what we're here for. We're just here to get them out together. You know, I understand. If it's any consolation, I talked about this a lot yesterday, but when I first started the art gym, oh my gosh, I was so nervous. And then like anytime somebody would come and chat that was new, I was like, oh no, they're gonna see me drawing bad. And then they're gonna hate me. I don't know. It's a very silly place your brain goes. But yeah, good for you. That's awesome. I'm now realizing I probably should have done this on more than one layer, but that's okay. I'm only gonna spend a little time on this, and then we're gonna move on. I just want to slap these colors in. Oh, you are in the industry, you're just waiting for a full-time job. That's fair. I understand. That's what happens when you start a new business, right? It's like the first year or two is gonna be in the red. And of course everyone wanted to see, and I was like, no, it's not done. Yeah, that is also how that goes. Yeah, yeah. I understand. If it's any consolation, I know the feeling. I think most artists probably know the feeling. Hey Dan the BC Man, how are you? Can you get help from here? What kind of help do you need? Like art help? There we go. Oh yeah, I think I heard that, Dan the BC Man, yeah. I think he did pass away. I heard it was like a stroke or something. I think I read that last night. Yeah, very sad. Double pneumonia, oof. Also, hey Jason, how are you? Really, so I don't know if you guys had looked at, if you guys already knew a whole bunch about tapirs. I mean, I knew there were just a few different species, but I spent a little time this morning kind of looking at different species. And I found that there's one that I really like. There's this one called I think it's the lowland tapir. Yeah, I don't have a dog in this fight at all. I am not Catholic, so it doesn't really affect me. I mean, it's a shame he has passed away. Anytime somebody passes away suddenly, it's a shame, but I do find all of that very interesting and weird in some ways. But don't really want to get into that. I feel like the world is contentious enough as it is. Get the bad drawings out, and I believe this is why the masters did test. Yeah, for sure. I mean, so this motto right here, it serves a couple of purposes for me. It's like yeah, you gotta test out your concepts and find your compositions and stuff. For me, it's also like, I don't know, it's sort of like maybe, I don't know if rallying cry is the right word, but it's just sort of like hey, this is a space where we're all just acknowledging that we're gonna struggle together, and it's okay. It's the whole idea of like working out the art muscles and kind of having that tough workout. And And there's also this old idea I ran into a while ago that was like, you know, it takes 1,000 quote unquote bad drawings to get to a good drawing, right? So you just kind of, it's almost like it's the skill building part of art. It just reminds me that you just have to get through the muck to get to the diamond, right? Like you just have to dig through all the messy, like not proficient drawings, and they just have to happen. And for me, it's and I think for a lot of artists, we don't want to make a bad drawing, right? It's discouraging, especially when you identify yourself as an artist and you feel like your value is in how good your drawing is. And so it's hard to confront that. And so for me, it's sort of like, hey, we're just confronting that together. Like, I'm gonna struggle, you're gonna struggle, we're all just learning, and we'll just see what happens, sort of a thing. And I don't know, there's something really like reassuring for that, and for me anyway, is just like knowing that there's other people, even if you're drawing right now and you don't share what you draw. Like even just knowing that there's people out there like hanging out, maybe doing a sketch of something that they haven't drawn before. Maybe it's not a tapir, maybe they're drawing a car and they've never drawn a car before. Maybe they're doing their first portrait study. Maybe they're following a tutorial that they've had on their hard drive forever, or starting Drawbox. You know, like there's so many things you can do to skill build in art. And even if nobody shares those things, just knowing that there's people out there potentially doing that with me, or at least feeling what I'm feeling with like this intimidation of making a bad drawing, it's reassuring. It's reassuring, especially as the one on the screen, especially as the one people are watching. It's very intimidating to feel like, oh gosh, people are watching me, and like, I'm much better about it than I used to be, but like at this point I've just accepted that bad drawings are gonna happen. Like there's things about this drawing that aren't great. But that's okay, because I'm working toward this goal, right? Like I'm working toward getting the bad drawings out of the way so that I can be more proficient, so that I can draw from imagination and pull some of this stuff into that, you know, organically. And so anyway, I think keeping the goal in mind is helpful when it comes to overcoming that fear of making a bad drawing. It's like, what is your goal? Is your goal to make a perfect replica of this image? Or is your goal to make like long-term progress in your deeper understanding of anatomy or the natural world, or, you know, the way machines are put together? Like whatever it is you're trying to get better at, this is the opportunity to try and make that happen. So yeah, thanks for joining me in it. Casey here to get the bad drawings out. You know, I think, so here's the thing though. Here's the thing, like, so to some people they might think, oh, that's a great drawing. For somebody who's drawn a lot of tapirs, they're probably looking at this like, wow, you really don't understand this part of the anatomy. And like, that's okay, because it's like it sounds so cheesy to say, but like art's like a journey, right? And it's like and sometimes the path is wiggly and sometimes it's straight. But either way, we all start from here, right? We all start from this like basic symbolic schema of stick figures, and you just kind of learn along the way as you go, right? And like some people are up here on the path, some people are down here, some people are way over here. And no matter here's the thing you have to learn, at least that I've had to learn about art, is like no matter where you are along this journey, whether you are a beginner or somebody who's like off the charts mastery, or like to everyone else seems to be a master, you never feel like you arrive, because here's the thing, like there's no end. This journey keeps going. Like it goes until you die. And so you're always gonna feel like you have more to learn. And I think the trick with art is taking that feeling and letting it be something that excites you and makes you excited to like learn more or do more, and not something that kind of feels like a weight over you. Like it's really easy to take that and be this person down here who's just starting, and you're seeing this person over here who's a little further along, and you're like, oh man, I'm sad face, I'm never gonna get there, like look how far I have to go to arrive. And it's like changing that mindset of like there is no arrival. You know, there is only the journey. And it sounds very like metaphysical, but I really mean it in the most pragmatic of senses. Like you just have to accept that that's how it goes. So like, well, I appreciate why you think that this is a great drawing. Even I can see that there's like problems with it. There's things I don't understand about the anatomy, and there's stuff I have to learn. And that feeling never goes away. There was a time when I was practicing portraits, and no matter how hard I tried to get the drawing correct, the likeness, it was always off. I would spend hours on it. I would do a second attempt, correct it in 20 minutes. Yeah, the study helps every time. Sketch 1, an hour, and fundamentally off. Redo, right in 20 minutes. Yeah, it's that the first pass is always like, sometimes it is easier just to start over, and it's important to know when a piece is being overworked and it's not getting better. You know, like, there's times I have some pieces in my portfolio right now that I'm like, man, I really should have just like started over on this. Like I went too far, and it got to the point where I should have just started a new image and it would have been better because I learned from the first one. It's important. Yeah. Cute pig. Hey Scooter, how are you? The photo is so static and your sketch gives it life. Oh, thank you. Yeah, we were talking about that. So here's the thing. When you're trying to learn to draw from imagination, and Jason, I know you do a lot more photorealistic stuff, but there's two different types of skill sets that you can develop, right? And they're both useful for different things. But specifically what I'm trying to develop with my studies is not photorealism. What I'm trying to develop is the ability to draw from imagination. And the only way to do that is to study it with an intent to fundamentally understand the structure of what it is you're drawing. I'm not interested in making sure that the distance between the ears is exactly the same as the distance here, right? It's a totally different type of drawing set. And in order to do that, I actually started with an anatomy drawing, because I need to understand the structure of the creature I'm drawing first before I can parse out the reference, right? So, yeah, I think it just depends on your approach and it depends on, like, your purpose, you know. Pig is so cute. It looks like a pig and not of a cart. Well, so it's actually a tapir, but yes, it does look sort of piggish. Yeah, it's kind of like a pig rhino. But yeah, thinking about, like, I talked about this when I was first making it, like, thinking about the shapes you see and drawing those big shapes in first and not being afraid to exaggerate them slightly is fine too. Why is breaking a new sketchbook so hard? It's intimidating. It's this, Sloppy. This is why it's hard. This. Bad drawings. The intimidation that we all feel of making a bad drawing, even if no one else is looking at it. I have so many sketchbooks that I haven't started for that reason. Sloppy, I don't know if this is helpful to you, and I don't know if we've talked about this before, but somebody once gave me the advice for a new sketchbook to literally open the front page and stomp on it. Literally just open it and stomp on it. Like, get the first page messy. And that will take away a lot of that intimate. It's like, well, you've already quote unquote ruined it, so you can just draw whatever you want. Yeah, it literally never goes away. Exactly, Dally. I feel like a lot of people think I'm the master and I'm literally stopped drawing professionally, but I'm just burned. No, that's fair. I mean, burnout's a thing, Dally. There's a reason. I've had friends try to get me into animation and games, and I've seen so many friends like burn out pretty hard in those industries, and I'm just like, I don't know if I want to feel that way about drawing. So I think it's fair to take a break and change positions and jobs and like see if you like something better. Like, there are some people who I think are just like able to like just thrive under that amount of intense pressure, but I think most of us are human. 15 years is a long time. That's an achievement. I mean, I only lasted 5 years as a teacher. There's some people who are still people who have teaching careers for a very long time in the modern era. It's a very different game than it used to be. And yeah, you know, you gotta find your own limits. You got a new one for studies. Oh, that's great, Sloppy. Yeah, stomp on that first page. Stop on that first page. Or just like trace your hand or do something really silly. Hey Scooda, yeah, thank you for the lurk. I appreciate that. Yes. Yeah, everyone has different end goals for sure. Just make something, TM. I can't start a sketchbook with a crappy drawing. You know, I used to feel that way too, Germs. But sometimes that fear of making a bad drawing keeps you from using the sketchbook. I mean, it happens. It's very common. Yeah, no, it's a thing. That's why I really like the advice of intentionally messing up the first page of the sketchbook, because yeah. It just seems to be easier. So wishy-washy about using your big one with the Ceratosaurus, like another one for the practice stuff. I have a sketchbook like that too, Sloppy. It can be helpful. Yeah, but you just have to get over that initial fear, you know? Yeah, that's true, Jason Enos. That's a great point. So I have a friend, I don't think she's kept up with it, but she started this thing called the Ugly Sketchbook Club. It was on Instagram. I kind of wish both of us had more time to like do more with it. I think it's a really good idea. But yeah, just just this idea of like how you only ever see these like perfect sketch pages, right? You only ever see these perfect sketchbooks online. You don't see the mess. You don't see, like, my sketchbooks, holy cow, like half of them are just scribbled out drawings or like notes. I mean, I don't even necessarily just draw in my sketchbooks either. And a lot of people, I mean, some artists are able to just hop in there and focus and just draw and just make incredible art, you know, in their sketchbooks. I'm not one of them. I have plenty of flops, and I liked the idea of the Ugly Sketchbook Club because the whole point was to show your flops instead of your successes. And it was just like this kind of way of it was kind of this idea, I guess, like we're all just sharing that we're all struggling and we all have bad drawings and it's okay, you know? You got 10 pocket sketchbooks. Nice, Biscuit. That's awesome. Oh, and BJ, thank you for contributing to the Plein Air Sketch Day. Let's see where we're at on that challenge. We have a little channel points challenge going on. We're 21% of the way there and there's 24 days left to go. Something tells me we'll probably make it, but if anyone's interested in doing another Plein Air Sketch Day, you can let me know. Thank you, Jason, by dropping some channel points in there. One day I'll have more things for you guys to spend your channel points on, but if you have them and you want to use them and they're burning a hole in your pocket, there you go. You always have the type sequence ready for... Whoa! What was that? I don't think anyone's ever played that before. Oh my gosh, that's really funny. Thank you, Rattlesnake Outlaw, for the bits and the badumps. I totally forgot I added that. Hey, Painted King, good to see you. Thank you so much for lurking. Love the conversation. Aw, I think you're still teaching. Oh gosh, well, thank you, Painted King. You're very kind. You guys should make sure that you're following Painted King, by the way. Incredible artist that we've met somewhat recently here on Twitch. Does great character art. Very, very good late night streams. I think we've been able to raid in 1 or 2 times, but in case you don't know him, go give him a follow. It never shows the channel point thing? Oh, really? Yeah, we love Painted King. Too late, already followed. Yeah, I figured most of you already were, but just in case, make sure that you follow. Yeah, and that's a good point too. Amaya says it doesn't need to be perfect, just better than your last one. Yeah, perfectionism is such a struggle with artists. I think most artists probably struggle with this to some degree. Why isn't it letting me... Hold on, guys. My keyboard is on the fritz again and I can't draw. Ugh. Hold on. What are we doing here? Okay, there we are. Yeah, just like the issue with perfectionism, right, is it's especially in a social media. Thank you, Jason. He knows. Especially in a social media era, right? It's like we're all comparing ourselves. We're all feeling like we're not measuring up. There's this great phrase. I'm sure most of you have heard it, but I have it actually on a sticky note in my studio, like on the monitor next to where I'm working. So I have to constantly look at it, and it says "finished, not perfect," right? So finished is better than perfect because you're learning, kind of like Jason was saying earlier, every time you make a drawing, even if it's not a good one or one that doesn't measure up to your standards, like you're still learning while you do it. And the sooner you can move on and make a second drawing, the faster you're going to progress. So don't get caught up in the mess ups. What is it? There's like some... Meet the Robinsons, they had like this phrase, I don't know if anyone ever saw that movie, this phrase about failing forward and celebrating failure. And like, it's true though, like, at least in the case of art, a way to think about it is like, you have to start the journey of 1,000 bad drawings to get to the good drawing. And so every single bad drawing you make is a step toward proficiency. It was keep moving forward, but they said something, there was something about failure I thought about, like, they go into some like monologue about how they like celebrate, like failures are successes, like that's how they see it. And I think it's a hard shift to make mentally, but it's a really important one. And I'm still working on this too. Like I'm not, I am by no means arrived. Hey Jason, you got second. It does in the points redeem menu. Yeah, I don't know how to make it like, I think sometimes it pops up, but I don't really know what triggers that. I think you have to hit like a certain percentage milestone maybe, and then it will pop up. I don't know. You have implemented this bad drawings out in your process. Aw, I'm honored. I'm honored, Painted King. Yeah, that's great. Because that means there's just going to be more awesome art in the world because you're not going to get hung up on the bad drawings. Like with me right now, I'm feeling a little bit stuck on this tapir, so I think it's time to move on. Just let this be what it is, and we'll move on and make a different one. And hopefully a better one. Some of it is like preciousness. Like we get really precious with our art too. You know, you treat it like, oh no, I'm gonna mess it up, like, and it becomes this like really special object when really it's just a stepping stone. And kind of like making that shift of just accepting that some of the stepping stones are gonna be rougher than others is important. You guys, somebody, I don't know, somebody in my complex is making the most delicious smelling breakfast right now, and I'm very sad that I'm not eating it. I'm sorry, I know this has nothing to do with what we're talking about, but my window is open and it's like wafting through the window and I'm so hungry right now. Ugh. It smells so good. It smells like eggs and sausage and waffles or something. Okay, let's draw another tapir. There's a restaurant around here venting bacon smell and it's killing you. I bet. That sounds good. I do have some bacon in the fridge. Maybe I'll get a little BLT without the bread. Or the lettuce. So all I have is bacon and tomato. I need to go to the store. Knock on everyone's door till you find it. Biscuit says there is no perfect, right? The bad art makes the future better art possible. Exactly, exactly. Start work in 15 minutes. Okay, enjoy your coffee, Jason. Thank you for hanging out. Make sure you guys go follow Jason also, by the way. Jason's another incredible artist here on Twitch. Does really, really amazing traditional paintings. Quite impressive. Let's see, I need a new tapir. What new tapir should I draw? I really like these lowland tapirs. I think they have really cool shapes. Like, look at this shape. So cool. I'm gonna draw this one. Just gonna do some shape studies here. Like, look, I love a crested neck shape, and I think these guys have really cool. Look at this little potato back here. But yeah, they have really great shapes, and I want to draw them. So here we go. One in the back looks like your dog Ace. That's amazing. But look how different, like now that we've looked at this Malayan tapir, look at the different, like how differently shaped this one is. You know, and obviously the colors are very different, but even though they're the same species, like if you were to look at the bone structure of this creature versus this one, they'd look really different, you know? I think they're cool. Some artists said the bad art is more important than the good art. Yeah, no, I agree actually, Biscuit. Yeah, I don't know who said that, but they're right. The bad art is more important because that's where you learn. In some ways, like, this kind of almost ties into the schema conversation too, of like how you can get in the habit of drawing something the same way over and over. It's part of why you see same face syndrome in a lot of art. You just kind of have this schematic, which like is like an approach to something. And if you're never struggling, if you're never challenging yourself to draw something in a way that you don't normally draw it, you're not really growing. And a lot of artists can feel like their work stagnates or it plateaus and they get frustrated, like, oh, I feel like I've hit this skill plateau, like I don't know how to progress. And a lot of it's because you're only drawing stuff you're comfortable with. and it's hard to, especially if you've been drawing for a long time and you're really good at like one type of thing, it's really hard to go back and make bad drawings. Like it's really intimidating because you're like, oh no, like I can't do anything. But that's actually how you're gonna keep learning. So it's really, that's part of why I try to challenge myself to draw things I don't normally draw. Like today we're doing animals. I draw animals a lot, so I'm not that uncomfortable. But next week, the whole week, I'm gonna be uncomfortable. We're gonna be doing dresses next week and suits and construction vehicles. Like I don't think I've ever drawn a construction vehicle, so I'm gonna struggle tomorrow or next week pretty hardcore. So. Anteater Piggy! It's a tapir! It's a tapir! Claire, how you doing, Claire? It's good to see you. I meant to message you this morning. I don't know if I have you on Discord, but I'm gonna send you either a whisper on Twitch or a Discord DM. What's your end goal to be able to paint super well? You mean like, what do I want to learn how to paint well? My end goal is to be able to do like illustration, like book illustration. And I want to be able to feel confident stepping into something and doing quick sketches of like environments, whether they be like indoors or outdoors, and like putting characters in a setting, like telling stories with images. And I feel like in order to tell stories with images, you have to be pretty comfortable drawing pretty much everything. So my end goal is probably unreachable, but I'd love to feel proficient at drawing lots of things. And I know that to get there, what you really need to be good at is understanding light and value and color, because you can kind of imply just about anything if you understand how light hits certain objects, or how it bounces off certain materials, or what shadows are cast when something drapes in a certain way. And so, yeah, I guess that's my end goal. Yeah. Discord is better. Okay, cool. I'll try and find you on Discord. You think you'll get there? Oh, thanks. Yeah, maybe. We'll see. We'll see. So far, I have not had much luck with any agents in the illustration industry thinking that I am doing well with that, but maybe that will change. We'll see. I'll be pitching again this year. I'm trying to work on some new pieces right now to kind of fluff up my portfolio, and then I'll start pitching again. But yeah, I guess my end goal is to be able to tell stories, whether that's other people's stories or my own. So yeah. So imaginative drawing is kind of I'm less into I'm not really trying to become a hyper-realist. I'm trying to become somebody who can create worlds and invite other people into them, I guess. Pitching, yeah. So pitching your work to an agent, yeah. So it's basically the process of like door knocking, essentially, like old school door knocking, and just like showing your work to people in the industry, yeah. Yeah, but exactly. You're kind of like going around trying to get a job. And it's kind of hard. It's more ideal for an agent to approach you, obviously. So if you're in the position that I am of like not knowing anybody and just like, well, I'm just gonna like start door knocking awkwardly and just cold emailing people. It's pretty exhausting. It takes a lot of time. I actually haven't really done it in a while. I kind of did it last year, but I got discouraged and didn't really submit to as many people as I wanted to. So I didn't really have confidence in my portfolio is the problem. And so I want to get my portfolio to a place where I have more confidence in it, and where I have kind of an established method of work where I can feel like I can deliver the thing that I'm showing in the portfolio regularly. And so that's kind of my art goals, I guess. That's true. That's true. Yes, Linden, hello. Good to see you. That's what pitchforks are for. I'll threaten the agents to hire me. No, in the publishing world, it's helpful. It can be helpful to have an agent. And of course, there's always like working for yourself and just foregoing the traditional publishing industry, which is certainly tempting at times. Like, you know, obviously, ideally, I'd love to just be like making my own projects and like, but you have to have people who know who you are to be able to make that happen. And I think I'm slowly emerging from total internet obscurity for like a decade. So like I feel like making connections with other people in the industry. A lot of that's here on Twitch, which is part of why I'm so thankful that people hang out here, because I mean, lurking is love, right? You guys are helping people find me, which is super, super awesome of you. But it's hard to like feel like you can step out on a limb when you have spent so long just like shouting into the void, if for lack of a better word. So well, slowly in the grand scheme of a decade, Amaze, yes. I would say quite slowly if you look at the last like almost 10 years that I've been trying to do this. So yeah, it's been a slow burn. A slow burn and maybe a more sudden ignition lately, but yeah, but thank you for everybody who's here helping make that happen, honestly. Good morning, Mirror Stepper, how are you? You need to get back to your comic. Yeah, that kind of stuff, exactly. Yeah, it's tough, Jason. It's really tough. It's tough. It's tough to, especially when social media feels so oversaturated, you know? It's hard to feel like you even have a chance to be noticed, especially if you don't already have connections. That is like one of the things I wish I would have. I feel like that's one of the few things that I still think a more quote-unquote traditional art education has, is that you can more quickly, depending on the school you go to and the people you meet, there is a greater chance of actually doing more networking. A lot of times professors are industry people, not always, it depends again on the school, but that is something, like, I didn't go to art school. I wasn't around a lot of artists after, like, other than high school friends that drew. I wasn't really around people who were in the industry. Oh my gosh, what is that smell? You guys, it smells so good. It almost smells like somebody is cooking right outside my window. I really want it. Somebody talk you down from spending money you probably shouldn't. Oof. I do like alcohol markers, so I may not be the one. Although this is not the community to go to for being talked down, as I learned the other day, Mirror Stepper. Because I was trying to get talked down from buying chocolate, from buying Easter chocolate, and I was enabled. I had to find the willpower within myself. I was not told not to buy chocolate. I was told the opposite. So this may not be the crew. This is not the accountability crew when it comes to anything but drawing poorly. So that's the only accountability we have for you here. See, if you know you'll use it, do it. Oh, there are Germs is saying spend that money on breakfast. I am hungry. Breakfast sounds great. Do I need to excuse myself from the more markers? Yes, no discussion. No. I think that's very par for the course. You're fine. It's just, yeah, just, you know, a group of artists may not be the folks to talk you out of alcohol markers. Yeah, and then I said I didn't because I had to find the willpower myself. I had to do it all by myself. It's very hard. I'm still tempted, honestly. Like, I know there's still discount chocolate out there. I'm trying so hard to be good. I've never used Copics. I hear so many good things about them. Yeah, really. I totally missed the opportunity. I even advertised it in my own Discord and then didn't do it in time. But they had the $1 Copic marker sale recently. And they even extended it, and I was so busy. I had so much stuff going on. I kept forgetting. And then I missed it. So I've never used a Copic marker. I've used Prismas, Prisma markers, but I know they're not the same. I have Prisma markers actually, but I'm not a big marker person either, so it's like, it's okay. Yeah, in general, traditional media is, like, as a whole, something I just need to do more of, including marker work. The way you whipped your head around. I'm so sorry, Dally. Don't hurt yourself. There's lots of alternatives. Like what, Claire? The only markers I know of are Copic, Prisma, and Tombow, but I'm sure there's others. Please, give your recommendations, anybody who has them. Started with Prisma, was disappointed, tried Copic, didn't look back. Do they blend better? Is that why we like them? Because that's actually part of why I don't use my Prisma markers, is because I can't figure out how to get them to blend nicely. Like, everything I do with them just looks layered, and it also, like, bleeds everywhere. I'm not using correct paper, probably. But I also, my Prisma markers that I have are very old. Ohuhu. Oh, I've not heard of them. You got a crazy bug for art. I need to hyperfixate. I understand, Mirror, I understand. Pretty soon, I'd love to start doing these studies traditionally, not just always doing them digital all the time. I need to get to a place where I trust my studio setup more. I think we're getting there. We haven't actually had a single crash this month. I hope I'm not jinxing it. We'll be doing a prediction this afternoon when I stream from the studio. If anybody wants to come predict whether or not my studio setup will crash. But if it continues to behave well, I'm gonna be able to start doing lots of cool stream events again from there. Like, I want to do some co-streams, and I want to do some more traditional streams, and I want to do all kinds of stuff. But I just need a system that I can rely on to do that. So that's why I'm still kind of doing studies from here most mornings. Actually, every morning so far the last couple months. But eventually I'll get back to doing some studies from the studio too. You vote traditional? Yeah, of course, of course. Claire is an incredible traditional artist. Yeah. Hopefully we can do, that's what I need to DM you about actually, Claire, if you're still interested. I think I have you in Discord. Oh, I think we have an ad coming. I'm sorry. I was not paying attention. So if anybody wants to support the stream through the ads, just lurk. Let the ads roll, mute the tab, but just don't mute the video. If you're new to Twitch, probably most of you aren't, but if you don't know, that's how you do it. And I won't draw during that time. I'll just I'll do some stretches, I'll hydrate, we'll just kind of chat, but I try not to do the artwork part during the ads, just because I know there's people who don't have a sub and don't want to miss it, so. Yes. Really excited. Yeah, it's really fun. I think I like your idea of doing like everybody just doing like oil painting of some. Yeah, co-streams. Speaking of co-streams, possibly Sergio here. Oh, we got our ad. Okay. Yeah, go find food. Everybody stretch. We'll pause. Oh my gosh, Mir, I don't know if you can hear me, but good is such a subjective word when it comes to art, right? Like, we're all either good or bad according to our own metrics. Like, just try to keep in mind, like, even like for it actually happened on stream. I don't know if you can hear me, but like, you know, I see issues with this tapir drawing, but somebody else was like, oh, that's great, you know? And we talked a little bit about how everybody's on a different stage of the journey, and there's always somebody ahead of you and there's always somebody behind you. And just try to keep that in mind no matter where you are. Like, there's somebody who's gonna be really impressed by what you're doing, even if you're not, which is hard to remember as an artist. But yeah, just having that growth mentality I think is helpful. Okay, let's, yeah, exactly, Biscuit. Also, just doing it and having fun is really important. If you can hear the sound of my voice, it's time to stretch. So if you would like to stretch with me, we stretch once an hour during the ad breaks here. I'm just gonna kind of arch my back and push my shoulder blades together and hold. This is one of my favorite posture stretches. It feels really good. You're basically taking that shrimp posture that you're in, kind of over-correcting it by arching your back, make a C shape, and then after about 20 seconds, you're gonna relax and just kind of straighten up your back. I like to roll my shoulders into it a little bit. Somebody once said to pretend like you're trying to crack a walnut between your shoulder blades. That's another way to do it. But this is all we do during ads, so if this is anybody's first time being here during an ad break, you haven't missed anything. Just me doing stretches all the time. Walking people through the same like 3 stretches. But that's okay, those are my favorites. Do the stretches that you want. Are you doing it right? The other way, Biscuit. You're gonna unshrimp. You're gonna arch your back. Don't become a shrimp. You're gonna de-shrimpify. Yeah, you're close. You're on the right path. Just the other direction. Yeah, just kind of push your shoulder blades together and hold for about 20 seconds. I feel like I've done it, so I'm just gonna relax. And when you relax, you're not like re-rolling your shoulders. You're just going from an arch to a relaxed pose. Okay, it's a very small motion, and what it's gonna do is basically like make you straighten up, right? And over time, if you keep doing that, like every time you notice your shoulders going forward or you're hunching, just stop what you're doing in just 20 seconds, 20 to 30 seconds. And over time, that's going to stretch out your muscles and strengthen the back muscles and shoulder muscles and keep your posture in better alignment. For me, I just don't want to have back pain when I'm older. So that's my goal, but find your own goal if that's not good enough for you. Your husband has never seen you draw in the 16 years you've been together. Wow. I start drawing and I'm like, look at this cartoon shark I made for a streamer. He's like, so baby shark? Yeah, Mirror Stepper, people just understand how art works too, and that's just something you have to sort of live with. The longer you draw, people just don't get it. They don't. There's all these misconceptions about how art is made. So often, even new artists will think this too. They think, oh, I can't wait to get to a place where I can draw what I picture in my head. And that's literally never how it works ever. I don't know a single artist who's able to draw what they picture in their head. That's because what happens while you draw is you come up with new ideas as you're drawing. You find things that you didn't visualize, you know. And then some people think you can only draw by copying, right? Because that's how they think art works. And this is why the whole AI conversation is such a tangle. It's because all the people who are thinking it's real art don't actually make art. And they don't actually understand what art actually is and how you arrive at it. And it sounds so hoity-toity to say, but it's, yeah, anyway. It looked like a lot in your head. Yeah, but that's the thing. You're never going to be able to draw what's in your head. So, like, you just got to, like, let that go. Just draw. You take the concepts in your head and you start putting it to paper, and you'll find as you draw, things change. And that's okay. That's part of the fun of it. Yeah, go have fun doing your yard work, Dan. Thank you for popping in. It's good to see you. Moat Shrimp says, I heard someone talk about my posture. No, Moat Shrimp, not. We're unshrimping. We're de-shrimping our backs. We're trying to have better posture. Yeah. Also, how you doing, Joe? It's good to see you. If that's the case, I would only draw black boxes. Yeah, exactly. Can usually tell it's AI. It's too perfect. You know, I think it's getting harder. I will openly admit that I struggle sometimes to tell these days if something is AI or not. I think it depends on the style. Some styles look more AI, unfortunately, than others because they've been devoured by AI so many times, and so it's really hard to tell in cases. But yeah, sometimes, especially like, there is like a certain sort of like plasticky look that a lot of AI can get, depending on, again, the style of image it's making. But some of the less plasticky ones, they are kind of hard to parse. But to me, I don't know. Gosh, I feel like, does anyone else just feel like AI comes up like literally every day for the past 3 years? It's like it's impossible to avoid. Just fighting with some day job stuff. I understand. Yeah, I understand. I have to go to my day job tomorrow, and I'm sad about it. I mean, I love my day job, don't get me wrong. It's a very easy job, it's very fun. I like the people I work with. Like, I have no complaints about the job itself. Typically, very rarely have I had like a bad day at work, which is awesome. Like, I feel like if you're gonna have a day job, that's pretty ideal. It's just that I really want my art stuff to happen, and it takes time to make that happen. And anytime I'm at my day job, I'm not in the studio, you know? I'm not working on my goals, so just kind of makes me a little antsy. So thankful that pixel art, yeah. Joe. To be clear, I love the little squares. Oh, no, we understand. I mean, I understand. For those who don't know, Cup of Joe, fantastic pixel artist here on Twitch, who we might possibly actually be streaming with sometime. He's very generously offered to teach me pixel art. I also don't understand the hate train, like, searching for it. We can just go support. Yeah, go support, exactly. Well, and also, Claire, it's like, the time you spend fixing stuff, it's like you could have just made an original piece. But anyway. An eye comes up anytime you look in the mirror at the face of another person. Wait, I'm not sure what you're responding to. Yeah, exactly. Artists are so willing and excited to work with people, yeah. It's mostly just people not wanting to pay artists. That's really what it is. I mean, let's be honest. People either don't have the budget, but they still want the project to happen, but aren't willing to spend the money to make the project happen. Yeah, that's all it is. It's just money. It's easier, it's quicker, and you're gonna get what you pay for because it usually looks like garbage. I will say that the one consolation I have of like all the AI stuff that's going on, and so many, especially, oh my gosh, as an illustrator, so many self-published authors are using AI for covers, and I'm not surprised because the number of requests I've gotten for people to ask me to illustrate their book has gone way down since the advent of AI, because that's all most self-publishers want. They want a quick, easy solution to get their idea out there. They don't really care about the quality, and they don't really want to pay for it. And the number of requests I've gotten is so low now compared to what it used to be. But I'm okay with that, because here's the thing, and it gives me, I shouldn't say joy, but there is a certain amount of glee when I see somebody who just like clearly didn't care enough to try, like slapping an AI cover on their romance novel or whatever, and I'm just like, all you're doing is like, you may as well just have a billboard that says, "This is low effort." It's just like, you're just advertising how little effort and how little care. Like, really, I look at an AI cover or an AI anything on a book, and I'm just like, oh, okay, so you didn't hire an editor. You probably got your child to proofread it for you. You didn't go to a crit group to have any kind of writing critique. Like, and I guarantee you, like 90% of the time, that's going to be true. Like, it's such a common thing. And so for me, it's almost just like, well, good, you're just slapping the label for me, so I don't have to waste time with your product. Now, I don't think everybody thinks that way, unfortunately, and I think it is gonna suck some people in who think, oh, wow, this looks great. But, you know, eventually I like to think taste will catch up. And I think that time will not treat those things well, and people will hopefully feel like maybe they should have done it a different way. Yeah, it makes you look like you don't care. Exactly. Yeah, and anytime I see a company use it too, I'm like, oh, cool, you're just cutting corners and you don't actually care. Yeah. Yeah. Been hearing folks for it's boomer art. It really kind of is. It really kind of is. Yeah. That's really funny. I like that. I mean, those are the main people I see, at least from my experience. Those are the people who used to approach me to illustrate their kids' book that they've always wanted to make, right? But they only wanted to spend $50. I've literally had someone say that. They wanted me to illustrate a 32-page children's book for them. And they're like, oh yeah, how much do you think it'll be? And when I gave them the price, they were like, they looked shocked. And they were like, oh, I was thinking like $50. And it's just because, again, they have no it's art for people who don't know what it takes to make art. It's like you think it's a product. You think it's like Walmart or something. Like you think it's just, oh my gosh, it's just such a long conversation. Anyway, and I'm not sad to miss those clients. But those are the people who are going to use AI because their budget is $50 for a 32-page children's book. And they're going to, the work's going to look inconsistent and it's going to look cheaply made. Yeah, no, it's crazy. And they are usually people of that generation. Like, it's almost always that. I'm sorry that. No, it was very funny. It was extremely funny. And it happened even at the last convention I went to. Now, granted, I don't think, like, they didn't actually ask me for a budget or anything, but so I do this thing at conventions where I do, like, quick sketch commissions for, like, $10. It's just, like, something for me to do at the table. They don't take very long. They're, like, this big. And so this author, somebody who wants to be an author, is probably going to be self-publishing, approached me and was like, oh, I'm looking to do it like a book. Like, how much would it be for you to, like, sketch out the book? And I was like, I had to clarify, like, okay, these are, like, special commission only, like, convention only, like, sketch prices. It's because I'm typically just drawing, like, a goofy fan character for somebody. Like, it's not, and I had to kind of gently tell her, like, this is not my standard pricing. This is like a con special. But yeah, folks who used to mass produce and stuff from China, exactly. Hey Zushi, how you doing? Good to see ya. Yeah, comfy little guy, right? Something silly, says Mo Shrimp. I've just started to notice some really dedicated AI coders have started to push the limits to learn more about the tech they use, starting to read documentation, and in other words, started learning how to code. I mean, that's good. That's good. I'm glad they're learning how to code, because then they're going to realize it's probably better to do it the other way. At least that's what I've heard from coders. I'm not a programmer. You could probably speak more to this, Mo Shrimp, but most of the people who do programming that I have talked to, most of the coders who do it professionally, the only people I know who are really psyched about it are students who haven't had to work professionally in that industry. Most of the ones I've talked to say that they end up having to rewrite and fix so many more issues using AI to code, that it's better to just learn to code so that you know where the problem is. I had someone come at you for an animated music video art, and they're like, oh, I thought I could get this for $100. Oh my gosh. No. An animated music video? Like, they wanted you to animate a whole music video for $100? Like, people don't realize how long it takes to do that. And that's the appeal of AI, right? That's what then they're like, oh, I'll just get a computer to do it for me. Because they literally think you just push a button and make the art. Like, they have no idea what goes into it, and they don't care to know. And it's, yeah. Yeah. And also, you also get the clients who, like, they just don't understand how it works, and they think that it's your job to create what's in their head. And, like, the number of times I've had to explain to potential clients, and even current clients, not current now, but, like, active clients, it's like, I will never be able to draw what's in your head, and neither will you. And that's not the point of what, if you're coming to me for that, I'm not a printer. Like, I am not your hand. Like, that's not how it's gonna work. You have to come to me because you want my vision for your concept. Like, and if you don't want that, then you got to go to someone else. Much easier to work within a budget. Exactly. And Claire, that's what I typically do, is I ask them what their budget is, and half the time they won't reply because they haven't even thought about a budget, which is fine because I don't want a client that isn't prepared. Or two, they want to know what I can work for. Like, they aren't willing to give me a budget, which is also a red flag, because I'm like, listen, you're afraid that I'm going to be like taking you for all your money, but what I'm trying to figure out is what I can offer you for your budget. Because if all you have is $100, I'm only going to be able to do like some sketches. Like it's not going to be I can't do the whole project. I can get you started. But like if you have a bigger budget, I can offer you more. And if you don't have a budget, that concerns me because it's like, well, how have you put any thought to this project if you don't have a budget? Like, are you serious about it? You guys know what I'm talking about. You guys know. Those of you who do commission work, you know what I'm talking about. This is part of why I closed commissions for a while too, because it's like I spent so much time just educating people constantly. It felt like I was spending more time educating the client than actually doing work. Because I have a part-time job and I'm trying to like make all this other stuff happen, I just did not have time anymore. I was like, okay, this is not getting me anywhere. I literally beg for a timeline. Yes, timeline is the other thing I ask for. In fact, in my old facts, my FAQs, when I did have commission work, one of the things I say, come to me with a timeline, like when you need it done, what your budget is, and if it's a book, I need to see a manuscript, or at the very least, a really, really detailed synopsis, because I'm not going to put my name on something if I don't know what your story is about. Like, I want to make sure it's something I align with, you know. And most of the time, that rules out like 90% of the self-publishing authors, because they don't have a budget. 2, they think it can be done in a month, like a whole book in a month. Or 3, they're afraid I'm gonna take their idea. Like literally, I've been told that so many times, and it's almost like you're slapping a "I'm new to the industry and I've done no research" label on yourself, you know? Like I understand that impulse, but like you clearly haven't spent any time around writers or artists if you think that's how this works. Or they think that they have to have a full illustrated book to pitch to a publisher. And so I end up having to tell them like, no, like most of the time the publisher is going to find the artist for you. The only time you need to find an artist is if you're self-publishing. And if you're self-publishing, you need a marketing budget because nobody's going to buy your book if they don't know about it. And just posting it on Amazon is not going to do it. But I only have so much time to educate and give mini classes on self-publishing, you know? And so I finally just had to be like, listen, I can't, unless you come to me with these things, we can't have a conversation because I just don't have time, unfortunately. They were like, storyboards? Oh gosh, Joe. Oh, yeah. With clothes, I actually get this right. I'm more of a have everything listed out and then still... Oh wait, I think I'm reading 2 parts of the conversation. Hold on. Hours is the best thing I use to make people understand pricing. Oh, website. I should have your stuff done by the 25th. My rate is $95 an hour. Oh, in 25 hours. Okay. As long as you're ready to pay that, I'm on board. That's good. I actually shy away from by the hour pricing as an artist personally for 2 reasons. One, it's hard to estimate hours because you just don't know what kind of roadblocks you're going to hit in a project. So if you end up charging an upfront by hourly rate, you might end up working more than what you've covered. Yeah. And you could also you could be slow, and so you can end up overcharging too if you tend to be distracted while you work. But the other reason I don't recommend, I mean, I think it can be a good baseline for an artist to think about like hourly rates, like guesstimate how long it's going to take you to work on this. You know, guesstimate what do you expect to be paid per hour. Between 18 and 22, I would say, is like a good starting range an hour for most artists. But here's the other problem. As you work on art, as you grow your skill, you become quicker. And so if you only paid by the hour, you're actually underpaying yourself because they're not just paying for your time, they're paying for your skill, for your vision, for your ability to like produce something that, you know, that aligns with the vision of the project or whatever. And that comes with time and proficiency. You shouldn't be paid by the hour if you're able to do like an entire background painting in an hour. That's not right. Like some people can do that, but that's not what their quality is worth, right? It took you 6 hours for a small abstract just to... Yeah, and that's part of why I don't recommend charging by hour for art. Now, I'm glad it works. It probably works in different fields a lot easier. Yeah. Toggle has been a game changer for me with hourly stuff. What is that? I don't know what Toggle is. Yeah, I mean, because like I feel like I'm pretty quick. I'm not the fastest artist on the planet, but I can be pretty quick. And I don't think that just because I'm fast I should be paid less. Because that's kind of what it turns into, right? Is like, if it takes me 3 hours to do a full painting and it takes somebody else 30 hours to do the same painting, they're going to get paid more for the same painting, and that's not necessarily right. So I think there's also a skill. You have to be able, and that's hard too, because being able to like evaluate your own skill and what that's worth is tough for an artist. I think I'm probably undercharging. I had to give didn't have to, but I gave a quote to somebody who inquired about a commission the other day. And I was like, these are kind of my old prices, but I sort of wanted to work with the person, so I sort of was like, well, we'll just keep it. And they agreed really quickly, and I was like, shoot, well, maybe I'm undercharging. I don't know. I really need to think more about commission prices. Okay, I've drawn the potatoes, finally. I've drawn some potatoes, guys. It's super helpful and you can track by client project. Interesting. Let me check this out. Yeah, after this next game I'm on, I'm raising my rates. Yeah, because that's the thing too. Like you don't just want to struggle your whole life. Toggle track. I'll have to look into this. I'll keep that tab up so that I can check it out later. Yeah, I'd be really interested to hear what people are charging. If anybody feels like sharing their commission rates, I'm super curious. It's something I might be reopening commissions later this year. Probably in the summer, once I'm done prepping for cons and doing portfolio stuff. And I'm kind of nervous about like what to charge. Yeah, these always differ because it depends on the person. I do sometimes have rates that differ based on the person too. It really just depends on the project. I think if I open up commissions, I'm probably going to open up like specific types of commissions so that it's easier to charge. Like it'll be like character portraits or stickers or emotes or something. Like it's going to be like, here's my set fee for this thing. Yeah. Big companies get big boy rates, yeah, exactly. And it's different if you're like if it's a private individual versus a company. Charge indies a cheaper fee, same, you know. Cannot begin to compete with how it is to do freelance work in art. The software dev world is 95% business only. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And so it's different when you're talking about like a commission. Like I charge different rates, like if it's a small business versus a larger business, like an established business. Sometimes businesses will approach me for like logo work and stuff. So I tend to charge my private commissioner rates for small businesses. And then I have, because then you also have to start talking about like licensing fees and stuff too. Like what are you going to use the image for? Because typically in a larger business, they're going to be incorporating that into some merchandise or something. And so you have to consider a lot more for like what the value of it is going to be to that individual or that entity. But I don't know, it's tricky. I need to get out there and like see what current rates are for artists that do similar work to me. I think that's a good place to start too. But yeah. Oh my goodness, what is going on? Just got like a bajillion messages. Illustrations intimidating. Yeah, there's a lot. It's really complex. So like when you work with publishers and stuff, there tends to be a set fee and you get an advance and there's like royalties that you negotiate, and then you have to talk about like, and that's basically your licensing fee. And then you have to make sure you negotiate kill fees, and like negotiating for a book deal is very different than negotiating for like, can you please draw my D&D character? you know, like that's a different type of thing. So it's just it's varied. There's so much to it. Yeah. Folks have joked about why I haven't made global Twitch emotes, and it's like, I'm charging them more. Wait, you're charging them more than your going rate? Do you mean like you would be charging more than people would pay? Because you should. I like to at least cover supplies of selling. And see, that's the thing too, like I'm digital primarily. Like if I actually had somebody ask me specifically if I would do a traditional piece, and I was like, well, I'm not really proficient in that. Like I don't know if I'm comfortable doing a traditional commission. Like I don't have the know-how to deliver a product that I would be pleased with. You want to draw for free, but also be able to live for free. Yeah, well, don't we all, Zushi? Unfortunately, I don't know if humanity has ever existed on, like even in a pure barter system, There's still like a value to things, unfortunately. Y'all are built different. I know there's so many traditional artists here on Twitch. It would be like charging Twitch more than 60 USD. Oh, yeah. Global emotes. Is that what they pay? Wait, Cup of Joe, I'm so curious. I've been wondering, is that what they pay for global emotes is $60? Really? I would expect it to be at least 100. Oh, that's what you charge. Oh, okay. Yeah, oh, for an animated emote, yeah. You think it's way more. Oh, okay, I was gonna say, if Twitch is only paying artists $60 for a global emote, like, come on. Come on. Traditional so much easier in terms of process, because there's typically just one piece for a person, yeah. Yeah, and it's pretty straightforward what you're doing, especially if you're working from a reference, right? Yeah. No, $60 for an animated emote is that's a good price. Animation is a lot of work. Because traditional stresses you out. I know, right? I'm the same way, Joe. I want to get better at all of that stuff. That's actually, like, that's part of what I've been wanting to do with my streaming, is to like give me accountability to do stuff like, not just this, like to do studies, but I also need accountability to like try different mediums that I don't try. You guys, the amount of art supplies that I have in my studio is so high. And the ratio of how often I use those art supplies is so low compared to how many I have. So like, I have got to fix that, you know? It seems wrong. Yeah. So that's actually part of why I was doing like co-streams with Easel, and like, yeah, and Claire hopefully we'll get to do one. And maybe in May is what I'm thinking. If I can make it through April, I just want to make it through April without any stream crashes in the studio. And then I'm gonna try to do some stream together stuff and see if my studio computer can handle stream together without crashing. And if it can, then I'm gonna start hopefully being able to do a lot more things. But I would love to play more with oils and acrylics and watercolor. Like, watercolor's a really cool one that I'd love to play with more. Pastels, like I don't do anything with any of that. Charcoal, like I used to love charcoal. Your favorite is still a dang piece? No, charcoal's great though. Listen, I love charcoal. Mo Shrimp, we're on the same page. I love charcoal. Let's see. Yeah. You prefer traditional, but to be fair, all I have for digital art is Procreate. Procreate's really powerful. Wait, you have Procreate on your phone? Can you use Procreate on a phone? I didn't know that. Are there phones now that are pressure sensitive with pens? I'm being bad, great chatting, but you must get stuff done. Yeah, thanks for hanging out, Dan. I know. That's kind of the temptation of Twitch chats, right? It's a little unhinged, I believe it. You once used an old charcoal live study you made as a reference for a piece. Charcoal is fun. I love the way it smudges. I love how messy you can get with charcoal, which is funny because I actually don't like being messy very much, like on my hands. Like, I'm fine with it. It's okay. But I think it's because my studio, I don't really have easy access to running water, so cleanup is kind of a pain. It's not so much that I don't like being messy, it's just like cleanup can be a pain. But I do love charcoal. I work too much in front of my computer, so for you it's all traditional. Yeah, that's good too, to change it up, right, No Shrimp? Traveling didn't stress you out. That came as a result of the lockdown, but making a list so specific it could be is just evidence in a criminal insanity plea. Hey, I do lists before I travel too. I feel ya. I think that's a big part of it for traditional though. Yeah, is the space. That's true. Like when I didn't have my studio and I was just working from my living room, I did not do I did even less traditional than I do now, which is not very much. It's easy. Yeah, exactly. Yes, just leaving stuff out. Because like I would use my living room table here to do like sculpting and stuff streams. And it was such a pain because I'd have to clean everything up after every single time I did a stream and then get it all back out and just like set everything up and try not to damage the sculpture. And having space to leave out traditional work to just come back to whenever you're ready is important. Very important. And my room is so small, I couldn't just like leave it in the room, you know? Okay, I'm gonna do one more tape here, and then we're actually gonna get into the Discord, I think, in a little bit, and see what you guys are up to. So if anybody is doing a study of anything, it doesn't have to be a tapir. We will be looking at that soon. I want to do a little baby tapir though, because they are so cute. You guys, if you haven't seen a baby tapir, oh my gosh, they're so adorable. They're always really stripy. Oh my gosh, look at this cute little guy. He's so precious. He's so precious, look at him. I just want to snuggle him. Look at it. You guys, look at it. Stop what you're doing and look at this tapir right now. I promise you won't regret it. Look. It's so cute. And they're all like this. They're all like striped and awkwardly large toes. I know, don't you just want to squish it? Cow. Yeah. Aren't they sweet though? I'm curious if having a complete package for top tier digital commissions would be worth it. Just having oneself order printing and framing for the person. Oh yeah, no, I see what you're saying. Yes, so I do, when people want something printed on like canvas, I do offer to arrange it for them. It's just, it comes with a fee, but I can like find a print shop by you and find somebody who can get that all done for you for sure. It's a straight up fantasy creature. I know, you can put a little horn on it. Oh my gosh, a unicorn tapir. You guys, hold on, we have to try it. Hold on. What color should we do? Let's do like this golden. Look at him, he's so magical. What a cutie. Yeah, they're adorable. So precious. Anyway, thank you all for looking at the cute tapir with me. I'm gonna draw it, and then we're gonna look at what you guys have done. So if anybody is still doing some studies of any kind and you want to share it, you've got about 10 minutes or so. I'm probably gonna do a quick color study of this, and then we'll get into the Discord. You're kind of obsessed making griffins out of unconventional things. Yeah, no, that's super fun, Slappy. That's actually how my little griffin character... Wait, where is he? Oh no, how long has Reese not been on the screen? Where did Reese go? Oh my gosh. You guys, I've lost my griffin eating popcorn. What? How did I just now notice that? Where is he? There he is. How long have you not been here, you sneaky little guy? Anyway, this character... He also makes an appearance in most of the emotes here. He is actually a Pantanal cat mixed with a changeable hawk eagle, or a crested hawk eagle, but they're also called changeable hawk eagles because they change. Anyway, it's very fun to learn about different critters and mash them together. He went to restock the popcorn. I have no idea how long, I don't know why he was off or like how long that's been like that. He normally sits in the corner eating popcorn. I'm so sorry, everybody. Yeah, that's Reese. He's just like, you forgot about me. No, but it's really fun. It's really fun. Mom, can I be like that zebra? Yes. Yes. The tapir said yes. Look, Mom, a unicorn. Finish your carrot, Dave. You guys. They're so cute, though. They're so cute. I don't know how anybody could not love a tapir, especially a little baby. Like, if this waddled up to you, you know you would give it pets. Like, immediately give it pets. A tapir and a burrowing owl would be fun. Yeah, for sure. Especially when they're babies and then like showing how they change, like how they morph over time. You could draw like a little nestling with little like nestling owl wings with little tapir stripes. It's fun. This is why creature design is fun. This is what I'm saying. I don't understand how people are like, oh, I don't want to draw animals. I just want to draw people. And I'm like, why? How many times have you seen a baby tapir owl griffin? You haven't. How many times have you seen people? All the time. So boring. A tapir and a little blue penguin. Exactly. People got that animals have that emotion. You tell me. You hold on. Where did he go? Hold on. Hold on. But also cows, yeah. See, you can give animals emotion. See, Reese is screaming right there. Like no, I you know, I would rather draw griffins all day than do people studies. But I know that people are important for me to be able to draw. Sorry, a sneeze just snuck up on me like very suddenly. No, for storytelling, I need to learn how to do it. And I'm getting there. Like, I'm finding ways to find people interesting, but it has been a very hard thing to overcome in my art journey of just like not being as interested in people. Sorry, that probably looked terrible because I was trying to hold in the sneeze, but it wanted to come out really bad. Casey, we need to draw me a griffin command. Oh no, I'll never get anything done, Sloppy Salamander. Between the draw me an animal and draw me a griffin, that's literally all my stream would be. A 1 hour cooldown. But like sometimes the draw me an animals are like back to back, even though they have a 30-minute cooldown. Ceratopsin. See, creature design is so fun. Ugh, creature design is so fun. I love it. Oh, thank you, Miss Art Rules, for contributing to the Plate Air sketch day. Raise drawing animal to number 2. I think some people would rebel. I might have to though, because sometimes I get backed up on those, and I'll have them back to back, and I'll be like, "How did this happen? How did this happen?" All right, I'm gonna draw this baby tapir. I'll think about it, Sloppy. I do need more things for you guys to spend your channel points on. Oh my gosh, what are they making? You guys, somebody's making the most delicious breakfast, and it still smells so good, and I really want some. I'm very sad that it's not in my mouth right now. Sloppy, no! Not the guilt trip. Oh no. It would be fun. It is tempting. Don't get me wrong. I'll think about it. I was supposed to find that breakfast during the break. I was stretching. That's what we do during the breaks. We stretch. Actually, I'm doing too much line work again. I wanna do a color study of this. So I'm just gonna kind of briefly, like quickly rough in the shapes here. I'm not gonna focus too much on specifics because I'm mostly interested in the colors. I really like these colors a lot. They're super fun. They also have very fun feet, I will say. They're very rhino-y, which I appreciate in any animal. Oh, speaking of draw me an animal. See, I said it too many times. People got reminded. An afro... Oh gosh, it's a scientific name. Aphrodiflops bibroni? Aphrodiflops bibroni, really? That's the name? Okay, I have no idea. But I'm gonna make something up. It would be really funny if it was a tapir, if it was the scientific name for a tapir. I don't think it is, but that would be funny. Shoot, well, I have no idea what it is, and I don't know what any of those Latin words mean, so I have no way of guessing. It does sound like a nickname that you would call, like, if you were making fun of your little brother. Hey, Frotty Flops, Babroni, come over here. Sorry, I just sneezed. Yeah, I have no... what a name. Yeah. Well, feel free to look it up, chat, and laugh as I get it wrong, most likely, because I'm going to draw this in a second, and then we'll learn about it together. So the Draw Me an Animal game, for those who have never been here for it before, the only rule is that you don't share any hints in chat, okay? So you can go look it up if you want to, but just don't give me any hints about what it might be. That kind of ruins the fun of it a little bit. It's supposed to be a guessing game. Some people use it to see if I can draw their favorite animal. Some people try to trick me and confuse me. So everyone plays the game a little differently, but we'll see what I can come up with. I don't know. I'm probably just gonna draw a sea slug. Cause, oh, you guys, speaking of sea slugs, do you guys want to hear about the nerdiest thing that I did last night while I was supposed to be working on other stuff? I'm gonna tell you anyway, even though you haven't said yes. I emailed, I went and found the email of Bill Rudman, who is the guy who created the Sea Slug forum, and I sent him a fan email. And I asked him for his P.O. box so I could send him some Sea Slug Dragon stickers. I'm a little worried he's not going to get it, though, because I'm pretty sure he's like 80, and I don't know how often he's checking his email. So if I don't hear from him in like a week, I'm going to reach out to somebody else at the Australian Museum and see if I can get a P.O. box or some way to like get in touch with him. So anyway, that's the nerdy thing I did last night. So I'm going to draw a sea slug probably, because I'm just thinking I have sea slugs on the brain. Let's see. gonna come to a stopping point on this little guy. We'll come back to him in just a second after the draw me an animal, but let me go do that really fast so that people aren't tempted to give me hints. Oh my gosh, he's so cute. Look at his little eyes and his little face. He's so stinking precious. Love him. Just want to scrunch his face. But like in a cute way, not like a bad way. His little round ears. Oh my gosh, they're so cute. Okay, safe. Boop the snoot. Yes, boop the snoot. Alright, draw me an animal. Let's do it. So here's how it works. I'm gonna have 5 minutes to draw what I think this is based on the name. I have no idea. I'm not gonna lie, I have zero idea what this is. None of that Latin seems useful to me. So I'm just gonna probably draw another sea slug, quite frankly. This is what happened yesterday. Just drew a sea slug because it was what I had on the brain. Hydrate. Hydrate. I did that. Hydrate. First. Second. There we go. So Afro maybe means like from Africa? Typhlops. Afro typhlops. I don't know what this is. Bibroni. I bet that's like somebody's name who discovered it or something, because I don't know what that would be. Bibroni? Maybe it's Bibroni. I have no idea. Afro typhlops. What does that mean? Something from Africa. Could be anything. It would be funny if it... Are there any... Hold on. I'm trying to remember if there's any African tapirs. Maybe it's an African tapir. Brony. I don't know. Something from Africa. That's about as much as I can get from this. So I'm just going to draw something. I'm going to stick with... I guess we did a sea slug yesterday. Maybe I shouldn't do that. I don't know what typhlops means. I'm starting to learn some of the Latin, I think, because of this game. Like caudilus, that means tail, is caudy, and dactyl means finger. But I don't see any of that. Like don means tooth. If you see D-O-N in a name, that means tooth. But like I don't know what typhlops means. I don't think I've heard that before. Yeah, I have no idea. I have no idea what this is. It's something from Africa. So I have 5 minutes to draw it. It's 10:42. You know, maybe it's a tapir. I'm trying to remember if there's any tapirs. That would be funny if somebody had me draw a tapir. But I think they're all from Asia and South America or something. Let's see. There's the Malaysian tapir. There's the little black tapir. I forget where that one's from. Yeah, I don't remember. Okay. I'm gonna draw a... We're just gonna draw a bug. I feel like when I don't know what it is, I just draw a bug or a bird or a fish. Actually, you know what? Let's do a fish, just because that would be fun. I have no idea. No, let's do a bug. Okay, I'm gonna draw like one of those bugs that we looked at yesterday. To see if I can remember how to draw it. It's like a rhinoceros beetle. I don't remember how. I already forgot how to draw them. Guys, I'm the worst at this stuff. Alright, here's my rhinoceros beetle thing. Triceratops beetle. In your sheets. Okay. And then we're gonna have... We'll make them purple. I don't think they actually are purple. In fact, one of the ones we looked at yesterday had like a yellow back. So we'll do that. This
is probably extremely wrong. Don's teeth. Yeah, exactly. Blend it in a little bit. Fancy little fella. Definitely not correct. Oh my gosh, I swear. I need to go find the source of this amazing smell. It smells so stinking good. Okay, there is my Afro Typhlops biberoni. I have no idea what it is. Like, zero clue. I'm gonna say it's some kind of African rhinoceros beetle. It's probably not. I think that's highly unlikely. But this is all I can think of. So this is what I drew. So there you go. It's got some little like sand around it or something. Just walking through, being a bug. All right, let's look it up. So close. Why do I feel like you're lying to me, Bruce? Also, hi, Bruce. How are you? Let's see. Yeah, we drew beetles yesterday, didn't we? Or was that the day before? Afro Typhlops biberoni. Oh, well, it's not a bug. It's is it from Africa at the very least? Yes, it is from Africa. But that's the only thing I got right. So I'm gonna say I got 0% on this one. It is a blind snake. Kind of looks like a worm. Very cool. Has no eyes. If you don't like slithery things, maybe don't look at the screen right now. Species of snake, native to southern Africa. Look, oh, I called it. The specific name biberoni is in honor of the guy who, the herpetologist named Gabriel Biberon. I was like, they're always named after a person, and it's an unhelpful name. It's found in Botswana and eastern and northern South Africa. Heavy-bodied species of blind snake. Interesting. Paler ventrally. Ventral is the underside. Dorsal is the top side. Ventral is the underside. If you guys ever see that word, that's what that means. Adults are darker than juveniles. The adults may attain to snout to vent length, SVL. I didn't even know there was a term for this in herpetology. Of 11-ish inches. Scales are arranged in 3 rows around the body, or 30 rows, excuse me. 300 scales. Snout is very prominent. They have a weird head, you said? Let's look at the skull. Again, if you don't like snakes or worms, maybe don't look at the screen right now. They almost look like they have no face. Oh my gosh, look at his little happy smile. Oh my gosh, that is the cutest thing I have seen. Is that a baby? Oh my gosh, you guys, it's so happy. It's the happiest thing I've ever seen. Oh, you can't see it? Okay. Sorry. Look! Oh my gosh. Look at it. Hey, Diana the National. Hello, welcome in. I'm sorry, you may not like snakes. I'll turn this away. We just did the Draw Me an Animal game. I thought somebody gave me this name. I had no idea what it was, and I drew a beetle. It's actually a blind snake, and it's adorable. So we're learning about it right now. It does kind of look like a weird worm. Yeah. You don't know how you feel about that? Oh, really? I think it's really cute. You like snakes? Okay, cool. Let's put it back up then. I just didn't want to scare anybody. This is a blind snake, and it's screaming in joy. Oh, look at his little tongue. Okay, you guys. They're kind of cute, though. Somebody said to look at the skull, because the skulls of these guys are weird. So we're going to look up. It's a blind snake, so it can't see, I guess. We're going to look at the skull. Somebody said that they're strange. They are very weirdly shaped for a snake skull. How was your stream, though, Diana? Sorry. You have a snake ring. Oh, okay, nice. Got here in time to see a happy snake face. Yeah, exactly. It's a worm with a happy mouth, yeah. If one is following another, is it a case of the blind leading the blind? Yes, for sure. Hey, sir, how you doing? It's good to see you. There's just so much bone. That's true. There is a lot of bone. I guess it goes way farther back than you would think. Wait, I lost the cute face. Where is it? Because, like, look, here's the little tiny head and mouth, right? And then look how far back the bone goes. Here, let's go compare it to the happy one. Where'd the happy one go? Oh no! I've lost it. Oh, here it is. Oh yeah, so I guess it does go like way back here. That is kind of strange. But yeah, they look like little worms. You're doing fine, good. If they're fossorial, that makes sense. What does that mean? They look like battery rams. Yeah, if you guys want to learn more about these guys, here is the snake that I was, digging snakes, yeah. I think a lot of digging animals are blind or losing their eyesight. If you want to learn more about it, there you go. But welcome in, Raiders. We're actually doing tapir studies today, but we just played a Draw Me an Animal game. So you came in right as we were finishing up the Draw Me an Animal game. I'm going to probably do a quick color study of this little tapir, and then I've got to go get ready for an appointment in about half an hour. Stream went well, just finished the painting. Oh, nice, that's awesome. Well, if you want to share, I'd love to see it, if you feel like showing that up on screen. Oh, thank you, sir, I appreciate that. Yeah, it's World Tapir Day on the 27th. So, yeah, we decided to celebrate early because I'll be at my day job the next few days, so I won't be able to celebrate. Although I will be streaming actually on the 27th, but I'm going to be playing an art game, so I won't be drawing that day. I'll be playing Dordogne. Oh my gosh, this looks amazing. It looks, yeah, you did such a great job with this. I remember you showing it to us yesterday. It looked so cool then, and it looks awesome now. Yeah, if you guys aren't already following, by the way, Diana the Ashen, fix that right now. I know we already gave you a shout out, but now that we're looking at your work, I'm gonna give you a shout out again. Yeah, this looks really beautiful. Man, look at the way you did the gemstones is like incredible, honestly. Holy cow. They almost look like candy. Really, really great job with the refracted, I can't even say that word, light and stuff. Looks really, really good. Yeah. Dang. Very, very cool shoulder piece here too. Very awesome. Yeah, if you guys aren't following Diana, make sure that you do. Does incredible work. Incredible paintings, incredible character art. Yeah, thank you so much again for raiding in and for being your community here. Yeah, for anybody who I guess hasn't met me before, hi, my name is Casey. If you're still here, thanks for checking out the raid. I know sometimes it's tough to give a new streamer a chance, but I appreciate you coming in. And if you want to see some of my work, here's kind of the stuff I typically do in the afternoons. I'll be back live again this afternoon at 4 p.m. Mountain Time. It is almost 11 a.m. right now. But I tend to do like illustration work, so I'm trying to get into like kids books, book covers, board games, graphic novels, like that kind of market. So my work tends to skew that way. Right now I'm trying to kind of update my portfolio to include more kids, to include more storytelling scenes. I'm definitely more of a creature person, and I think that becomes pretty apparent the longer you hang out here. You'll definitely notice a theme. But in the afternoons, I tend to do either portfolio work or this thing I call Sea Slug Dragons, where we look at a sea slug, and I'll design a dragon based off of that slug. I think it's really fun. I have a good time doing it. And then I also do sculpting sometimes. Like on the last stream of the month, I'll do traditional media streams, and they're typically sculpting streams. Where are they? Oh, there's my comic, Graphic Drift, if you want to read it. Yeah, here is a sculpture. If you come back in the afternoon, let me know. I can show more sculptures because they're all at the studio. But this is just the one I happen to have pictures of. So anyway, that's what I do here. And in the morning, what you guys are seeing right now is what we call the art gym. So it's like this study, like accountability session where we kind of intentionally get together and make time to do studies, to do observational drawing, to draw from reference, to do tutorials or practice foundational art stuff. So if anybody is wanting to incorporate more study into their art practice, I know I need to do it, and I find that I do better with accountability. So that's why I started these streams. And it has helped me do more studies than I've ever done in my life. So thank you all for being here and for lurking. Thank you, Zushi, for hanging out and for lurking. And thank you for the Draw Me an Animal too. That was very fun. But yeah, so if you want to do that with me, we're actually about to get into the show and tell piece. I'm gonna finish a color study on this little baby tapir, and then we'll hop into the Discord and see what you guys are cooking up. We do other stuff too, like we do environmental studies, like we did storms yesterday for Earth Day. We've done bugs, megabats, elephants. I do a lot of creatures and nature stuff, but we do also do like objects. We're actually next week we're doing clothing, so dresses on Monday, suits on Tuesday, and vehicles, like construction vehicles, on on Wednesday, so it's going to be a tough one. But we also do figure studies. I'm trying to get better at people too, so I need to learn people anatomy and get comfortable with people. So anyway, the art gym studies in the mornings are just kind of a time to stretch your art muscles and grow together. So if you'd like to do that, oh, thank you for getting a shout out for Claire. Claire is incredible. If you guys aren't already following Claire, Claire does incredible oil paintings. Super, super fantastic artist. Oh yeah, Claire Burr. This is the Claire that, yeah, quite a few Claires in the chat. How you doing, Claire Burr? But yeah, if you guys want to draw along, there is the Discord link. We have an art gym section if you want to do some studies. It doesn't have to be of tapirs. You can do it of any kind of study that you want to. But I would say in about 10 minutes, we're probably, once I'm done with this little study here, we're probably going to get into that and see what you guys did. So if you are a streamer of any kind and you did a study, as long as it's from observation, from reference, it's not AI or tracing or anything like that, like it's something you're actually drawing, then feel free to drop it in there and we'll give you a shout out. You don't have to be an art streamer, it's okay. I think drawing is a skill that is beneficial to anybody. Doesn't matter what you do, because I think personally, this might be the former teacher in me talking, but I really do think that training your observation eye helps you to be a more curious and observant human, and I think that that's always good. I don't think that that's ever bad. And it's a good skill to keep your brain active, to keep you asking questions, and that's really all art is. It's a skill. It's an observational skill that you hone over time. It's a hand-eye coordination thing somewhat too, but it's primarily an observational skill. So if you are interested in developing that skill, we welcome people of all skill levels, of all developmental stages. You're more than welcome to draw along if you want to. One of these days I'm going to get down on these. Yeah, no worries. And if anybody wants to do studies, but you can't make the stream, or you're busy when I'm doing these morning warm-up streams, but you'd like to participate, you can still drop your studies in the art gym at any time. The only thing I ask is that they're work safe. So as long as it's work safe and it is something that's not drawn from imagination, feel free to put it in there, and then we'll show it off on the next art gym. So it's mostly, honestly, I just find it inspiring, and my goal with the art gym is to inspire each other to do more studies, because this is how you get better, and we all know we should be doing more studies. At least most artists know they should be doing more studies. Oh, that's cute. I love that. You say it like you have no teeth. Oh my gosh. That's too funny. Oh, thank you, Raga, for the hydrate. Oh, I have my tea today also. Germ the worm. Aw, Germs. I'm sorry that people call you that. I don't think I have an animal nickname. Some people call me Casey Face, which I have a face, so I guess it's fine. But my name doesn't really rhyme with, like... Is there an animal that rhymes with Casey? Claire. Casey, the Parasaurolophus. Doesn't quite have the same ring to it as Claire Bear, but it doesn't roll off the tongue. Ah, yes. I do love Parasaurolophus. It is my favorite. I'm the Honkersaurus. I love it. That's funny. Parasaurolophus is great, although I will say I'm slowly being charmed by the Jackapil. If anyone has not seen the dinosaur that has been recently discovered, like somewhat recently, called Jackapil, there's how you spell it. Look it up. You're gonna fall in love, probably. It's like a tiny cat dinosaur dragon, and I love it. I love it so much. It has everything I've ever wanted in an animal. It's compact, cute. It's got armor. It's got spikes. It's got everything. It's got it all. We don't know what it looked like for sure, but we know more about what it looked like than we do about Proconodon, okay, for example, and nobody's fighting me on Proconodon, so I'm gonna go with Jackapil. They have placed it with like a Scledosaurus though, right? Like a Scutellosaurus type thing, so whether it's bipedal or not doesn't really matter to me. I just think it's very cute. Specimen formerly known as, yes. Scutella something. Yeah, that one. Thank you. Jackapils are cute. Yeah, Yanguluru did a very cute animation for Jackapil. Did you guys all see that? For Dinovember last November? Oh my gosh, so cute. I'm so glad that that I got somebody else on board the Jackapil train. I think they're amazing. Oh shoot, we're about to have an ad. Okay, I was hoping to make it to finish the coloring on this before the ads, but we may have to go into an ad break. If you get stuck in an ad, just know that I'm going to stop drawing when they start, and I'm just going to stretch, and then we'll probably finish this really quick and then get into the art gem stuff after the ads, okay? But if you want to support the stream, feel free to hang out through the ads. Just mute the tab if you need to, but let the ads play. It makes them pay me those Bezos bucks, you know? So if you'd like me to have some Bezos bucks, then you can lower the volume on the video or something, so you don't have to listen to the ads. That's what I usually do. I usually lower it to like 1 or 2%, and then I just kind of walk away and grab some water. But if you can't, or you don't want to, or you're lurking, that's fine too, I understand. Just be aware the ads will happen, and I will stop drawing during them. Yes, sitting through the ads so the homies get their cheddar. That's right, it goes into the cheese fund. I do have a cheese fund, guys. We have a lot of cheese emotes. I love cheese, but it's expensive. I still have never tried Havarti cheese, but I always think about Rue's little advertisement for Havarti every single time that I go to the store, so. Which one? Jackapil or Ubaja? Wait, how do you say this one? Oh, Jackapil for sure. Although this is a really cool dinosaur. This dinosaur is actually on my list, Claire, for for this year's Dinovember, because I do think it's really interesting. But I'm a Jackapil girl. I'm a Jackapil girl. Oh, we are in ads. Okay. Wait, did you make an actual poll? Claire. Jackapil! 100%. 100% Jackapil. Oh, stretch. Big stretch. Okay, so if you can hear the sound of my voice, a poll during the ads is a cute idea, by the way. I don't think of these things. That gives you guys something to do in the ads. Oh, until it's formally redescribed and renamed. Oh, I didn't know that it was still, I didn't know that it was under contest. Interesting. You're a fake dinosaur fan? No worries, Cup of Joe. No worries. Welcome to some cool new dinosaurs. You're not a fake dinosaur fan. There's just a lot of dinosaurs out there, and you know some new ones now. Okay, so I'm gonna do a posture stretch and push my shoulder blades together and hold for about 20 seconds or so. If you want to do this with me, feel free. This is a good one to kind of strengthen those back muscles and kind of put your back where it should be. I don't want to have back pain when I'm older, so that's my goal here. Push, Casey, for poosh. No, I don't know about that poosh. We'll see. I told people that I would think about doing an official push if I hit 60 average viewers on my streams by the end of April. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know what it is today. I'm a little nervous about making it about numbers, though. But I do appreciate your enthusiasm, chat. You guys are awesome. Yeah, 39%. That is the most accurate number that I think the bot has ever given. Claire, I think that may be the lowest it can go. That's very funny. Oh yeah, and then after you push your shoulder blades together, don't just stand here like a dummy like me, but actually like push them and then like relax. Yeah, you guys are pulling me to partner. I think it's more of a partner pull. Jackapil won, yay! I do love Jackapil. Heave, oh yeah, basically. Let's do a carpal tunnel stretch. We didn't do that one before, so take your hand if you can see me, or if you can hear me, just do some stretches. But take your hand if you want to do a carpal tunnel stretch and point your fingers at the ground. You can push it on the wall if that's helpful. I like to take my hand and just lay it across my thumb and my fingers, and then just pull toward my body gently. And this is going to... Oh yeah, I'm completely biased. Claire, absolutely. Claire, oh my gosh, I have to tell you, I have to confess something to you in just a minute. Yeah, hold your hands like this for about 20 seconds or so. And then this is going to basically stretch out those tendons. Oh, thank you so much, Wolfie. I appreciate that follow. Thank you so much. Very kind. We are 1 follow away from lying to Twitch, everybody. 1 follow away from lying to Twitch about how many follows I have, which is very funny. This is all that you missed. We're just stretching. Hey, Reiko, how you doing? Okay, so I have a confession to make. I'm so proud I stopped myself, because you know, sometimes I can be a little impulsive. Sometimes I can just like say stuff and I don't really think about how it sounds or what could happen. It's a problem. It's a problem on the internet especially, but I did catch myself this time. So when I was streaming, when they were having the when Danny was doing his poll, and I wasn't able to pay attention to it, and I actually missed a lot of the votes because I was streaming. And then somebody popped into chat like as the polls were happening. Were you here for this? Yeah, I felt really bad. I was like, oh gosh, I hope nobody did that. But I was I was like, I'm like embarrassed now, but like I was like panicked because I really wanted, for some reason, I cared so much about my dinosaur winning. I was like, oh no, somebody was popping in. I think it was like Ceratosaurus versus somebody or something. And I was like, oh no, you guys, I really want this one to win here. And I almost shouted him out. And be like, guys, go vote. And then I realized, like, wait, you can't do that. I felt very bad. I didn't do it. Talking about yesterday, what did I do yesterday? I probably did something embarrassing yesterday too. Listen, I embarrass myself pretty regularly. It's kind of a thing in my life. But what did I do yesterday? Actually, don't remind me. Oh, yeah, no, we're not going to talk about that, Sloppy Salamander. No, this is a family-friendly stream. More like what I didn't do, yeah. Yeah. No, we're not going there. We're not going there. Listen, sometimes, before anybody gets any wild ideas, it was not intent. It's something that I almost said that sounded way worse than what I meant. Okay, we'll just leave it there. Nope, not telling that story on stream. That is a Discord story only. You never listen. Just in case there's like for some reason, some children's book publisher who's watching right now, I don't want them to think that I'm just horribly sussy and that they should never hire me, okay? I'm not trying to self-sabotage that hard. Let's see. I'm kind of a traitor because my name isn't actually Claire. Wait, really? Wait. Your name's not really Claire? Claire? I'm aghast. It's part of your name. Oh, I see. Did I curse? No. It was just an unintentionally extremely inappropriate joke, that's all. Let us recall, why don't you guys recall your past embarrassments? I'm gonna paint spots on this little cutie, and then we're gonna get into the Discord and see what you guys have done. Is your name Claire? Have you guys hung out with Claire? Claire does amazing. We just shouted her out a little bit ago, but amazing, amazing artist. If you guys aren't already following. Okay, I'm gonna put some Poké Dots on you, kiddo, and then we're gonna call it done. Because I need to go get ready for an appointment soon. Thanks, Claire Burr. In case you missed it the first time, chat. You've almost ruined friendships over your past embarrassments. Oh, I'm sure it wasn't that bad, Amaze. I know the feeling. I definitely used to get way in my own head about stuff that I'd done. But I'm sure it wasn't that bad. We do love hold on. We do love fossils, yes. Fossils specifically, Rhacodactylus. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay. Claire, feel free to post those things in the video share too in the Discord if you want to. I'm sure people would watch them. Okay. Let us... If you're in there, I can't remember if you're in there. It's okay if you're not, also. I know Discord can be a lot. You end up texting friends like, remember that thing 6 years ago? I'm sorry. Yeah, no, same. Same though. I understand completely where you guys are coming from. I know a lot of people do this. I certainly am no stranger to the whole laying awake and regretting just things that were said on accident or like got taken the wrong way or just like me being dumb and like doing a dumb thing and then putting someone else in a bad situation because of it. Like, yeah, I certainly know that feeling. 100,000%, unfortunately. One of the less fun things about being human, I would say. Okay. There's so many spots here. I don't think I'm gonna like precisely replicate all of them. He is heckin' cute though. I mostly just like these long stripy ones. They're kind of fun. Let's see. How about this one? I'm trying not to overdo it, but I do want to think about, like, it's kind of interesting to think about how their stripes turn into spots, turn into stripes when they're babies. And then there's actually this really cool image I found, I'll show you guys in a second, of a Malayan tapir baby who's like in the process of getting the big white spot and losing all these little dappled spots. And it's really cool. And correct me if I'm wrong, but it kind of reminds me of like a little baby whale or something. Here, I'll show it to you. One sec. Claire, I'm sure it's incredible. I'm sure it's incredible. I will watch it here in a little bit. Where did it go? I gotta find this picture for you. Wait, you guys look at this baby tapir. Holy cow. He's so cute. You guys, look at him. We're gonna save this. Hold on. We gotta save it. Look at this one screaming. Look at this one with his tongue out. Oh no. This is why Pinterest is dangerous. Oh gosh. Okay. Oh, look at this one. He's got a thing in his mouth. Jeez Louise. Hold on. This is not even what I was trying to show you guys. I just got distracted. Where did it go? I like this one who's yelling at his mom. Oh, but it's not very clear. It's not a clear picture. Okay, how do I get back to my tapir folder? Tapir folder, where are you? Because I gotta show you guys this baby. Where did he go? Oh, here's a leucistic one. This one, look at it. Isn't that cool? It's like one that's entering like the juvenile stage. But it just, like, the shape of it reminded me of like a harbor porpoise or something. Or like some sort of a cetacean. I don't know. But they're really pretty. Like, it's a really pretty transitional coat color. I really like that a lot. And like, this is a fun, to me anyway, this is like a fun creature design inspiration or something. Anyway, you can click the link at the top of chat if you need more tapir pictures. I'm gonna try and stay away from them. To the best of my ability anyway. Is that celery? It could have been celery. Wait, what? Yeah, not a pro. How did those numbers get so high? We gotta lower those numbers. Let's see. Just keep reliving the mistake into the aftermath in my head so I know not to repeat it. Yeah, it's tough not to do. I think we all tend to be harder on ourselves than other people are on us. You know what I mean, too? Not always. I mean, like, sometimes people can be very unforgiving, but I feel like generally, if it's a real friendship, like, people are pretty willing to forgive. Like, it's not like a one and done, like, oh, you messed up, I hate you now. Unless you just do something so horribly awful. You know? But I can't picture you doing something so horribly awful. Amaze, I think you're okay. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say you're probably okay, and you're probably being harder on yourself than you should be. It's definitely important to, like, remember a mistake and not to do it again, but to focus on it too much is unhealthy, and that's something I have definitely done for a lot of my life, and I'm trying to get better about not doing. Because it leads to a lot of negative self-talk, and then that spills out into your daily life, and that's just really not very good. It's not good. At least that was my experience. Maybe that's not everybody else's experience, but... Okay, there's my little tapir guy. We're gonna have to pause on this, and I'm gonna have to go here in a minute. So let's go ahead and get into the Discord and see what you guys have been drawing. Would you wave? Would you wave? It's got like a little blue eye. So cute. Okay, there we go. Save. You do lots of things, Claire. We're in awe of you. Did I put this on the wrong layer? No, I did not. Oh, but I did color that. Okay, well it doesn't do anything, so it's fine. There we go. There's my tapirs. So let's go see what you guys did. I'm gonna scoot these over just so I can get them all in the same screenshot, because it makes it easier for me. Why am I doing this with the mouse? I don't know. There we go. There we go. All my tapir doodles today. Cool. There they are. They're kind of small. They're small that way. So yeah, we drew tapirs. Happy early World Tapir Day, everybody. Let's get into the Discord and see what you guys have done. Chat being read, but you're just listening. Oh wait, you have it. Your chat is actually being read to you? That's nice. Listening to Philip Claire is being admired. I mean, Claire's great. Claire Bear is awesome. Claire Bear actually streams also. If you guys want to hang out with someone while they're doing tons of video editing primarily right now. But for those who don't know, Claire has been moderating for Paleontologizing for a very long time and basically runs his YouTube account and does editing and does all these video things and is very nice. And you should all go hang out and follow. Well, that's your choice, Amaze. All I can say is I've been there and I know what you're talking about, and I have stuff that I can't forget that I beat myself up over that I did when I was like 10. So, I understand. I just don't think it's healthy. And long term, I think it can actually be unhealthy and unhelpful, but that has just been my experience. I have had to deal with overcoming a lot of my own negative self-talk, so everyone's on their own journey, so you're gonna do what you're gonna do, and that's your choice. Where is, let's see. Here is the last thing we looked at on stream, so this is how this works, basically. For anyone who hasn't been here for the show and tell part of the art gym, I go into the Discord and I look at everything that's been posted since yesterday's piece. So we did storms yesterday, and yeah, I'm gonna look at everything people have submitted since yesterday. So, this is a study from Gremlin. I don't know if Gremlin is in the chat. No, and I don't think there's sound either, but this is really cool. I don't usually see too many people doing animated studies other than Rue, so it's kind of fun to see an animated study. This looks great, Gremlin. I love the storm clouds. I like that you added the rain effect is really nice. I kind of wish it would loop, so I could just sit here and watch it. It's very calming. This is a beautiful little silhouette of a rainy scene. Well, lovely stuff, lovely stuff. And Gremlin, I cannot remember. I think you do stream, but I don't know. You do stream. I hope it's okay to look at this to get your username. Gremlin. Let's see if I can shout that out. So Grim. There we are. Yeah, I think that's the right person. Go follow Gremlin if you aren't already. This is wonderful. I don't know if they do art streams. Oh, they do. Excellent. It says playing art. Fantastic stuff. This looks great. I love the colors and the textures in the clouds especially. Really, oh my gosh, you guys, that smell keeps hitting me and it smells so good. I just want to eat the breakfast that they're making so bad. Sorry I keep bringing it up. It's just hitting me in the face like every few minutes. This is really pretty. I love this. This is such a cool stormy scene. I hope that you end up using this GIF for something because it looks like a lot of effort went into it. So I don't know if you're watching now or if you're going to come back and watch the VOD, but well done, Gremlin, and I appreciate you playing along, drawing along. And the next show and tell we have for the art gym for studies is Moonsky Runner, who I believe that is your new, I think Moonsky's name on Twitch is Moonsky Runner, so we'll get you a shout out too. But this looks awesome. Fantastic study here, Moonsky. Lovely, lovely anatomy. Like that you included the reference. I feel like I should know who that is, but I do not. I do not know who that is. But if anyone is not already following Moonsky Runner, I believe that's the name. And, oops, hold on. Broke my chat. Can't see anything. You guys, my chat keeps going black. And I don't know why that's happening. So if anyone's trying to talk to me, I apologize. But there we go. Beautiful. I think I gave a shout out. This looks great. Great study of the anatomy, like great structure. Moonsky does a lot of really cool art on Twitch. I haven't been able to catch a stream in a little bit, so I'm not sure if they're on hiatus or if I've just been unlucky, but make sure you go give a follow and check out what Moonsky's up to. Lovely stuff. It says a warm-up sketch a few hours before finishing another buff art commission. Nice. And it's helpful to do studies like that. Like if you have something you're working on that has some elements you're not familiar with, doing a few studies before you launch yourself into it can really help. We talked about that a little bit earlier on stream as well. Here we have one from Clem. Clem has been like killing it. Oh, these are great. I love that you did like different types of storm clouds and studied like their structures. That's really fascinating. Look at these cool anvil clouds, you guys. I think that's what those are. Anvil clouds are really, really awesome. Storm clouds in general are super cool. You got a tornado here. I forget what this is called. This is like a specific type of storm cloud. Maybe it's like an early tornado, but I think I've seen this photo before. It's like a really unusual phenomenon to have like these like ring wall things. I think this is a wall cloud right here, actually. These are really cool. Great perspective. Like, do you guys see the perspective that's being taken into consideration too? Like, just thinking about depth and thinking about perspective, even when you're just doing simple shapes like clouds is awesome. Oh, and Clem did some tapir studies, like, ahead of time. Nice. Oh my gosh, I love this, like, broken down, simplified shape one. This is amazing. These look fantastic. Great job with the contours and trying to think about it. I feel like we keep saying this when we look at your work, Clem, but it is really cool to see. All of the, like, the effort that you're putting into thinking about the structure and the form of stuff. Very, very cool. Yeah, like even like the planes of the face, like breaking down the tapir's face into these planes so that you can actually see like visually what the structure is, so helpful. And like breaking it into shapes. This is how you get yourself to draw something that looks dimensional, is you think about it in dimensions. These are fantastic studies. So basically what Clem has done is taken the shape of the tapir, broken it down into like triangles and planes and spheres, and like drawn it from different angles to fully understand. And this is where you should go after this, like after you do this number of studies, especially from different angles, go and see if you can draw a tapir from memory. Like see, like not just memory, like trying to copy an image you just looked at, but like try to draw it from imagination and think about all the anatomy you just learned and all the structures you just learned and see if you can come up with something. Proto-tornado is a funny fake word. I've never heard that word. Is that what they're called? Oh, thank you for the lurk, Diana. And Claire, thank you for hanging out. I will watch your video in a little bit. I may not do it on stream, but because I have to go to an appointment myself in a little bit. Actually, yeah, that time is coming shortly. But I will watch it, and hopefully people will watch it too. Boost it. I know it's tough over there on YouTube. I don't even try on YouTube. Just upload my VODs. This is from Dally. I don't know if Dally is still in the chat. But we'll get you a shout out if you are, Dally. Let's see. Dally, are you still here? There we go. Makes it easy for me if I can find your name. I know Dally's not streaming currently, but it's really cool to see you draw, Dally. And I know you said you're having some trouble like motivating yourself to draw, so I'm honored that you would draw with us here today. And this looks great, man. I love the crested shape you got in the neck here. Like just so much energy in that. Like these little hatch marks to really emphasize the shape, and like I love the style that you approach your studies with. It's so much fun to look at. Fantastic work. Thank you so much for sharing, Dally, and for drawing with us. I hope all your other stuff you have to do today goes well, because I know you said you were kind of lurking and working. Hey Heather, how's it going? We had baby ones at the Woodland Park Zoo in Seattle. Baby tapirs. Oh my gosh, I love sketching at the zoo. Guys, if you aren't sketching at the zoo, definitely put that into practice if you can. Beautiful stuff. This looks so good. It's just such a fun shape too. Like all the little bumps and lumps and stuff. Just great to see. And their little feet, their feet crack me up. Tapir studies from Rue. Here we go. Oh, is this an animation? Or is it just not loading? For some reason it's not loading. There we go. Oh, it does move! Oh my gosh, Rue did a study of their little noses, like doing funny things. Oh my gosh, these are... Rue, that last one got me. That is hilarious. I don't know if you're still here, Rue, but thank you so much for drawing along. I love the style that you did this one in. This looks so good. I love the little like dots you put for highlights and stuff. Just your coloring style is super, super fun. If you guys aren't following Angula Rue, Rue does a lot of animation and art here on Twitch. If you like watching animators work and you want to learn that last one, if you want to learn more about how to do it or just hang out with someone who is, highly recommend following Angula Rue. Very, very awesome art streamer here. This looks so good. Oh my gosh, I'm waiting for the last one. I have to see it one more time. Wait for it, chat. Wait for it. There it is. The little face you put by it. Amazing. Fantastic study, Rue. As always, your animation studies, for those who don't know, Rue goes and finds YouTube videos and like pauses and does like studies from the stills of the videos so you can like see it moving. And this is a great, I'm sure this is like a common animation study practice that I'm just not aware of because I'm not an animator. But like actually watching the animal move and like how the muscles are working under the skin is going to teach you a whole lot more about the dimensionality of the animal, which we keep talking about today. Lovely stuff. So good, Rue. Thank you so much for sharing. I love it. And that last one especially, we're gonna put an eye reaction just because of the this last one. So good. Here we have one from Amaze. Oh, we got a couple more. Let's see. We have one from Amaze sharing the reference as well, which you don't have to do, but it is helpful for us to see kind of where you're working from. If you guys aren't following Amazing Fin 15, make sure that you do. Does very awesome work also, does animation on his streams, does character art, comic work. Amaze, your structural understanding of animals has really come a long way. I hope you recognize that. I remember some of the first ones that you did, and it's been really cool to watch you progress. This looks great, like super great job thinking about proportion and dimension. Like it feels very solidly there. Yeah, very nice stuff. Yeah, we can all always be better, but I'm trying to give you a compliment. I'm trying to tell you that I see that you're making progress. It's also important to recognize when we've progressed, you know? There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, it's good to recognize progress so that you feel like you're going in a good direction, you know? Great, yeah, great job. This looks great. I love it. I hope you had fun with it. I think it's a fantastic study. Lovely. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna go knocking on all my neighbors' doors and try and find the source of this smell, because it smells amazing. We have one from Miss Art Rules, a Tapir skull study. Nice. I don't think anyone did a skull yet. I did. Well, I guess I kind of did one, but not really. Great job. Great job paying attention to that really funny dentary that they have. That like weird space there. This big open spot right here where the fleshy trunk is attached. Like, it's such an interesting animal. Great job paying close attention to all the different sections of the skull and stuff. Miss Art Rules. I'm not sure if you're in chat, but looks really awesome. Yeah, I mean, I think you got it. It's all about, you know, you can always do more. It's kind of like Jason was saying too. Sometimes your first study is the test, and then you can do more. And you'll find that each time it gets a little better because you know more of what you're looking at. But I think you did a great job. Thank you so much for sharing. I'm going to do a little skull react here. There we go. Beautiful stuff. And Sedulos. I can't remember if you are in the chat right now. I feel like there might be a different name or something. I can't recall. But Sedulos, if you are here, these look great. Doing some plant studies. Ooh, I wonder, are these plants you actually own? Does anyone else take their own reference pictures? I feel like for those of you who do, I'm curious how often you actually use them, because I find I take a lot of reference photos and then rarely actually use them. These look great. Really nice values. Oh, I love all of the complexity here. Like, you got different line weights and stuff too, like the really dark lines on the edges to kind of make them pop forward, the really thin lines for the veins. Like, these look great. Super delicate, like hatching here for the shadows. Lovely attention to detail with these flowers. This is like, I'm tired just looking at this. Like, even though it's a small drawing size-wise, I'm sure it's like, it took probably a while. And these look, are these traditional? This looks like it's done in a sketchbook. Very cool to see some traditional stuff too. Yeah, I love these flowers a lot. Those are great. These all look fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing, Sedulos. I'm not sure if you're in the chat or if you're going to watch the VOD back, but I appreciate you participating and inspiring us with your studies. Alright, so I am going to let's do a leaf as well, because there's some really cool leaves in there. I'm going to put my studies in here down below Sedulos's, and so that's where we will pick up from next time. So on Monday, I will pick up where we left off here. Shoot, I don't know if I can get all these in here. This might be too hard to do. I'm just gonna have to cut off the skeleton up there. Okay, because I don't feel like taking the time to go make a separate file or anything for this. Let's do these guys. Alright, well there was our Tapirs. Happy Tapir Day early for everybody who is celebrating Tapir Day. If you would still like to draw a tapir, feel free. I also have a Blue Sky post. I guess I should have checked that. I don't think too many people are using that as a way to submit, but let me check it really fast. If anybody wants to, you sure can. How do I close this? There we go. There's my Blue Sky if anybody wants it. Let me check really fast. But, oof, hiccup. Yeah, I don't think there's any. I'll post mine as a reply to it. Oh my gosh, these hiccups, you guys. I'm so sorry. Tapir study sketches from today. There we go. Yeah, feel free to post yours in the Blue Sky, like in the comments if you'd like to. If you have a tapir you want to share, maybe it'll help some people find it. And yeah, we will. We'll be back. We'll be back soon. Let me see. What are we gonna be back doing? Hold on. I usually try to look at the Discord. There we go. So here in Discord, if I go to the stream schedule section, it's right up here. Oh, that's right. Next week we're doing dresses. So we have a few streams coming up. I'll actually be streaming again on Sunday, this Sunday, the 27th. So if you guys want to, come back on Sunday, I'll be doing Dordogne. I'll be doing another playthrough of, or not another playthrough, but I'll be finishing, hopefully, playing through Dordogne, that beautiful watercolor game that we started like a month ago at this point, and hopefully finishing it on Sunday. And then for Art Gym, the next Art Gym is going to be dresses. We're doing fabrics next week. We're doing dresses, then suits, and then construction vehicles, because I don't draw any of those things very often, and I need to practice. I'll be back in the studio though this afternoon at 4 p.m. So if anybody wants to come back and hang out, that's what I'll be up to. And thank you guys for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. Let me save this so I don't lose it. And switch over to our little credit scene, because I forgot to do that last time. Stream credits, there we go. Thank you so much to everybody who hung out today, for everybody who's showing up in the credits. Yeah, see you later, Claire. Thank you so much for being here. I will be in touch with you. I gotta remember to do that before I go to my appointment here in a minute. But yeah, thank you to my mods. You guys are awesome. I really appreciate the help with everything. Diana the Ashen, thank you so much for the raid. Thank you to my patrons. If anybody wants to check that out, you sure can. Your name, I think it's at the fan tier or higher is when your name goes into the credits scene. Everyone have an excellent, yeah. Oh, and also, you guys, I don't think we shouted out, Cup of Joe. Go follow Cup of Joe. I can't remember, but you guys should do it if you aren't already. Joe is amazing. He's a pixel wizard, and hopefully I can be his acolyte one day. Yeah, seriously, thank you to the resubs and just everybody lurking and hanging out. I really appreciate that. We're gonna find another artist to go say hi to. I try really hard to pick different people each time. Hopefully that's fun for everybody. Oh, Isel, sneaking in here. I see you there. I see you there. Thank you for coming in. Who should we raid? Let's see. We've got a lot of options. I've been meeting a lot of cool artists lately, so there's always cool folks to go say hi to. Holy cow. The smells I'm smelling right now. And we'll scheme some pixels. Excellent, excellent. Let's see. Who have we not raided in a while? Oh, there's 2 people we could raid. There's some people doing some stuff. Ooh, there's a sculptor we haven't had a chance to raid in a while. Do you guys want to do... I'll let you guys help me pick. Would you like to go see an artist? Let's see, who is that first person? I try to be general so people aren't biased in their choices. So we can go see an artist we haven't seen in a long time. I think they just got back into streaming recently, so maybe we'll go say hi and welcome them back. I think they had to go on hiatus. We can go see a streamer who's rated us recently. It's sort of a bigger community. We can go see a sculptor. They're playing games. Hold on. Who else can we go say hi to? Well, we could go see a character artist that I don't think we've rated in a couple of months. We could go see some traditional art. What do you guys want? That's not one of the options, Engoy. Let's see. Maybe I'll just make a call. Who have we not rated in a while? You know what? I think we should go welcome back this person who I haven't seen stream in a while anyway. Maybe I've just missed it. I will warn you for anyone who is needing a work safe stream, they're not necessarily always work safe in the conversation, but the images are always very cute. So just beware if you're at work or something, maybe lower the volume if you're worried about that. But let's go say hi to Helena. We haven't seen Helena in a long time. And I'm pretty sure that she was on a stream hiatus for a bit. So let's just do Don't Panic. It's a Casey raid. Yeah, Helena's great. She cracks me up. Of course you guys know each other. I'm not surprised. There we go. If you want to use that, you can. If you want to use a cheese one or insert your own emotes, that's fine. If you have a sub, you should be able to copy and paste that. If you don't have a sub, then just use some different emotes. Yeah, we're gonna go say hi to Helena, and I'll be back on in about 4.5 hours. I gotta run to an appointment right now, so I kind of gotta go fast, unfortunately. But thank you all for hanging out. If anyone is not following me on social media and would like to, there's my socials. There's a Discord link in the chat too if you need it, and I hang out there in between streams. But for now, let's go say hi, and I'll see you over there.